Hey everybody, welcome in, welcome on, welcome around. Hey everybody, welcome on in for the final cup race of the season. It is time. We are going to be we're going to be reacting to the race as it goes on. I'm actually getting ready to flip over on my other alternate monitor currently. Currently it's set to the Vikings game, but it's been one of them days. We lost Jaron Hall, we lost KJ Osborne, Christian Darrisaw's out, so injury bug is it's hurting them right now. But we are now getting tuned in here to the season finale 500. My pick for today is William Byron, not based on speed though. I think he's going to come off pit road first on the final pit stop, and that'll do it. But that's just my prediction. Oh, they haven't even started getting in the cars yet. So it's Blaney, Byron, Bell. The three Bs, and Kyle Larson are all going to be in here. So they haven't even gotten the cars yet. So it's actually going to be a little bit longer. I thought it was going to be a little quicker than that. We're going to jump back over to the Vikings game for a little bit until this thing gets rolling. This is something I will complain about NASCAR for. It said 2 o'clock is when the race, or when to tune in for this race. It's 2:15. They're not even in the cars yet. Like, you can't tell fans to tune in and then not start the event for another hour or 45 minutes. Like, when NFL says kickoffs at noon, kickoffs at noon or 12:05, you know? So, yeah. Hey, the Pack actually look not terrible. I'm not going to say good, but they don't look as bad against the Rams today. So that's good for them. Viking injury bug, man. Jaron Hall looked really good. I'll give him that. You know, Jaron Hall for all of what? A drive. He got about 2 drives, I think, total. Got down to the goal line, got concussed, and so hopefully he'll be able to return at least next week. Otherwise, you know, it's probably going to be a tough one next week too. But Josh Dobbs, considering he's only been with the team for like 5 days, I mean, what else can you expect from the guy? He's had a couple of fumbles, some of the stuff not looking good, but you know, you got to do what you got to do. He's been there for only 5 days. You know, it's just a rough week for the Minnesota crowd. Oh, Bijan just had a big run. And he dropped the ball, and it went straight to another Falcons player. Actually, it might not. It was a fumble for sure. Referee looking to make a ruling. Viking ball! There you go. Turn the tide with a fumble recovery from Minnesota. And maybe that's everyone in the Falcons team that has been complaining about not playing Bijan Robinson. That might be why. He had a great run, by the way. He got like a 25-yard run and then just didn't look from the backside, and the ball got punched out. So big turnover there. Definitely needed that. Atlanta, oh yeah, he almost had it. Then he dropped it. And then I think, honestly, the Falcons had made almost a recovery, but then got stolen away. It definitely didn't help it was on the Viking sideline, but hey, we will take it. All right, so that's a first turnover of the game, but that's a big one because it puts them right back in the game. 8 points down, and they really needed that ball. Needed a ball to come back their way. Alrighty, so Viking offense will take over. I'm not even supposed to be doing that. I'm supposed to be doing the race, but like I said, the race is delayed. So I shouldn't say delayed. It's going to start on time. They're just starting it so late. About a 2-yard gain. Packers they're up 10-3. I'm not going to lie, that's ugly, but hey, whatever it takes, man. Missed the last 2 streams. Hey, no problem, man. Glad you can make it to this one. I can't remember who my picks for the Final Four was. I think I had Hamlin in there. Alrighty. So, yeah, still waiting on this race to start. Like I said, they were just doing the national anthem when I last checked. Ooh, that was a tight pass. That was almost pretty ugly. Yeah, take what you can. It's been an ugly year for them. Let's go back over to NBC quick. Looks like they're rolling. No, they're not rolling yet. The guys are in the car. So Blaney, 3 top 10s, 7 top 5s. It's not a huge number of top 5s for a championship guy. Maybe I'm missing something, but you know, I'm not sure statistically. I think Bell would have been the champion under the old Winston format. So. What the heck we got going on here? All right. I think Monday we hear about Noah. Well, that'd be good. I'm glad they aren't going to try and steal. I don't want to say steal, but glad they're kind of letting that be on its own news. So I'd rather them do it Monday than, you know, right before championship weekend, so that way they can actually have some anticipation with it. But okay. Tight end back. All right, let's see here. So still not rolling just yet. Josh Dobbs scrambles in for a touchdown. All right, Minnesota. Maybe they can have a shot at this. I still think, as good as Josh Dobbs looks as an athlete, as a passer, Jaren Hall looked really good. So that helps. Hey, Nicholas, welcome on in. Who's ready for the championship? Who's everybody's pick? Like I said, I picked Byron. I think he's going to get out due to the great pit stall, and I think he's just going to, I mean, it's going to come down to a pit stop, I think. On speed, I'm picking Blaney. But realistically, this is probably the most open I've seen it. Where, I mean, all 4 of them could have a shot at it. Oh, they're going to go for 2. Not a terrible idea. All right. So I'm going to wait for the 2-point attempt, and then I'm going to head over. They got to break the huddle here. It's only 14 seconds. Get up to the line. Let's go. Good job. Who's that? Jackson ties it up. He's a 4th string wide receiver. Good job. Tie game, 21 apiece. That away, Minnesota. Showing some fight down to your, I don't even call him a 3rd stringer. He got here 5 days ago. He's basically a practice squad guy. He has no knowledge of the playbook, you know, time-wise, but Jackson with a great route, stayed alive in the front of the end zone, and then brought it in. Good job. All right, tie game. Out of way, Minnesota, showing some fight. Even if they don't win this game, the fight that this team has shown with all the injuries that they've had to deal with over the last 2 weeks, I like that. Like, good job showing that fight. That's good to see. All righty, so they're going to get ready to go to kickoff now, and I'm going to head back over to the NASCAR Cup Series Championship race. Let's see if they get rolling yet. I got to figure out how I can watch this Minnesota game, though, because I need 2 screens for this. Oh, good grief. Are we still not doing anything? They haven't even fired the engines yet. Are you kidding me? Back to the game I go. They haven't even fired engines yet. Are you serious? 2:24 p.m. Said it was going to start at 2 o'clock. 2:24. That's not good. Fans, including myself, I am a NASCAR fan. I don't care about pre-race. I don't. Because pre-race is basically telling me something I saw on Twitter yesterday. You know? Like, pre-race made a lot more sense before Twitter and Facebook and all those things were out there. Because that was where you found out, like, oh, this is what happened to this guy. This is why the team has an injury. Oh, that's why Brad didn't qualify the car yesterday. Like, that's how you would find that stuff out. But now with Twitter and the ability to get information quickly, we don't need an hour of pre-race. We definitely, I think if it says it starts at 2, national anthem at 1:45, drivers start your engines at 1:55, and green flag drops at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Right on the dot. That's what needs to happen. I like pre-race. Hey, no, and let me make sure it's crystal clear. Oh my goodness, Taylor Heineke just threw a pick. And if Vikings have the ball at the 25, let's go! Goal! I'm still not moved to go to the race, but I think pre-race is not bad. I just think if you're gonna tell the fan that the race starts at 2, the race needs to start at 2. You can still have an hour pre-race show up to 2 o'clock. That's fine. Let me make sure. Yeah, he had a pretty clean pocket, just served up a meatball. But yeah, is Dobbs QB for the Vikings? He is. Jaren Hall, I'm not going to lie, Jaren Hall looked better. Jaren looked really, really good before he got his concussion. So if Jaren Hall is healthy next week, I think we'll see Jaren. And if not, we'll see Dobbs again. But luckily, they have enough depth to compete still. But anyway, yeah, so... Yeah, that's my thing. I like pre-race. I think pre-race is fine. I just think you have to tell them when pre-race is. Like Fox Sunday kickoff or whatever, or Fox college football has their kickoff at noon, big noon or whatever. The kickoff show is an hour beforehand. It's not part of the broadcast. That's what I would like NASCAR to do too, is to say hey, when you tell the fans that it starts at 2 o'clock, I want that green flag at 2 o'clock. I want, good, easy to know start times. Because guys like me, like I said, everything on pre-race is stuff I already know. I've been on Twitter. I'm a die-hard fan. There's nothing they can add that I haven't seen yet. So that's just my opinion on it. But that's my opinion on the Lions. I think they're still going to get the division. Now, if Jaren Hall looks as good as he did, they could have a scrappy fight. But their schedule, the rest of the way out, looks pretty good. The Lions should have a really good finish to this schedule. All right, that's a 1-yard loss. But yeah, so I think the Lions should win the division based on their schedule. But like I said, if Jaren Hall plays as well as he has, those last 3 weeks where they go Vikings, Cowboys, Vikings are going to be critical. But we got to get that far and see. But right now, they got a 2-game lead, and the Vikings are on a third-string quarterback. So, that's their only competition. So I like their chances for sure. All right. I'm going to hold up. We're not under yellow yet. That was a bad screen. Not a terrible. I mean, got the ball out, did what he could, gave him a chance, but still a loss. You don't like to see that. But again, third-string quarterback. I can't be too critical. No, he wasn't open. Yeah, that was the only open route. I'll take it. Give a guy a chance, see what he can do. Yeah, we'll see. Like I said, the thing is, and especially for Lions fans, I think, are they going to let this clock run out? I think they're going to let the clock run out and go to the 4th. I can move over to the other race now. But yeah, so Lions need to be careful on optimism. Good. You're going to have a good season this year. But if Ben Johnson, your offensive coordinator, leaves, I'm thinking they're going to regress back. I don't want to say back. They're not going to go back to same old Lions, 4-12. But they're going to go back to a middling 500-ish team. Very similar to all teams that don't have elite quarterbacks, where they're sort of a 500 team, hit it right a couple of years, they'll get some good runs, but they're not going to be a true dynasty with Jared Goff. The Raiders game showed that. They dominated the Raiders, and they beat them by they were only up by 14 points at one, or no, not at 14. It was like a 2-point game in the third, and they had been destroying them. They should have had more points. So that's the only thing is when you guys do end up, I know he's going to get a head coaching job. He's good. He's a good offensive coordinator. You guys have a good one. But when he moves on, not sure what that's going to look like, because that's the NFL. It's tough. When you have a great coordinator, they move up, and then all of a sudden you got to replace that guy, and he's so good that it's going to be tough to replace a guy that good. But the good news is your team always plays hard, and they seem to have pretty decent fundamentals. So I think they'll still be solid. They're not going back to that same old Lions team. But if next year without that coordinator they go 9-8, that wouldn't surprise me, because Do we expect them to be consistently better than the Eagles? Probably not. The Niners? Probably not. It's going to be neck and neck with them and the Vikings in the division. There'll always be a tough fight between them, so chances are they're going to split. They're not going to dominate the division and get like 6-0 every year. You know, they're going to split a game in the division. So, you know, chances are, I think next year they play the AFC. Is it the AFC South? Actually, they may have a good year next year. AFC South is bad. Hey, yeah, long time no see. We're still waiting on this thing to start. Good grief. They haven't even done their pace formation yet. I think I'm going to see if I can get this on my phone here. All right, let's see if have they done their pit road speed test yet. We're still waiting to start. 2:30, half hour since it started, and we still haven't gone green. If NASCAR wonders why it, you know, doesn't attract younger fans, that's part of it. And again, pre-race has its place. I just don't think you need a half hour of it. 5 minutes of pre-race is fine. A half hour is too much. Even for me, a diehard fan, it's too much. Dude, if Harvick wins, I'm going to be thrilled. I have not been a huge Harvick fan my entire life. I've kind of just been, whatever, it is what it is. But if he can go out with the win at Phoenix, where he was robbed in the spring, I'm all right with it. That'd be super cool for him to go out on top. That'd be really sweet. All right. Oh, they're still doing some checks and crap. Dang it. I keep picking the wrong way to switch channels. Yeah. I'll get it figured out. So, yeah, they haven't even started that yet. 4th down. Looks like they did a quick little screen or a run play. Not sure if they went forward by a ton. 4th and 10. Got about 4 yards back. So, they're going to kick a field goal and go up front. So, Vikings are going to take the lead. Well, Vikings kicker. So, not going to jinx it. Because if you know anything about the Vikings, we and kickers don't get along. Kickers don't like us. They've typically been quite rude to us. Now, it is only a 31-yarder. I shouldn't have said that. He's going to miss it, isn't he? Snap spot. Kick. Right down the middle. Okay, thank God. We can't ever have a kicker where you're just like, oh, we got this. We got this. It's over. We got it. Nope. We have to worry every single time. So the Taylor Heineke interception going to lead to 3 points for Minnesota and 14-18 to go in the 4th. Would love if the champion does a burnout with Harvick, no matter what. That'd be sweet. It'd be cool to see Harvick get to do a burnout and win his final race. And to be the first guy since the whole playoff format took place to not be a champion winner in the final race, that'd be cool. Okay, wow, it is still 10-3. Good Lord, Packers, you are bad. Now, again, I will say this. Packers, like, if you get the win, good on you. But, dude, that looks rough. I don't think they're going to be a Super Bowl caliber team for a couple years minimum. They're a ways off yet. Jordan doesn't look terrible. I don't think Jordan Love's as bad as people make it sound. I think a lot of receivers drop stuff for him, but definitely needs some help. Didn't one time the guy get frostbite, and that's why he missed it? No, Blair Walsh just shanked it. It wasn't frostbite. He just shanked it. Yeah, that one sucked. That one really sucked. They played so hard, and they were such big underdogs going into that game. And to lose on a shanked 20-yard field goal, that sucked. We Vikings fan have a nickname for it. It's called the Shank at the Bank. TCF Bank Stadium. That's where the Minnesota Golden Gophers play. And, Shank at the Bank is the nickname for that one. Then there's Wide Left. That's the 98 Gary Anderson missed field goal. Then there's the 2009 championship game in New Orleans, as we call it, the Bounty Gate game. And then there's 41 Donut and 38-3. Or what was it? 38-7. 38-7. So, yeah, there's a couple just ouch games. Hate the Crimson Tide. Yeah, I'm not a fan of college football too much. I will say this. As a person who lives in Iowa, I'm not a Gophers fan. I'm an Iowa fan. And so Iowa got robbed against the Gophers a couple weeks ago. Absolutely robbed. Now, Iowa is not a good... You know what? I'm not going to say that. They are a great defense and a great special teams, but their offense is putrid. It's one of the worst units I've ever seen in my life. And so Iowa's offense is so bad, so insanely bad, that they are more likely to win by punting on the 40-yard line. Like, not even their 40, the other 40. They're more likely to punt, force a 3 and out, and then get a better field position somehow, or a safety, than they are to score points the real way. So it's kind of like the football is so weird, it's hilarious. I mean, they won 10-7 yesterday. 10-7. And that's a normal game for Iowa football. That's normal. Like, it makes me laugh. It's almost like people get so worked up over, like, how can they keep winning? And it's kind of like, I just want them to keep winning now. It's hilarious. They're so bad on offense, and they're not fun to watch at all. And that's what makes it so funny, to just sit there and laugh while you watch them win games they have no business winning. All right. Heineke going to run forward. Did they punch that ball out? Did he fumble that ball? Harrison Smith says he's got it. Did he fumble? Let's see this. All right, going down, going down, going down. Oh my gosh. Harry the Hitman with a fumble. What a great job. Challenge that. Challenge it. Unless they're going to say he gave himself up. But he punched that ball out. That's a fumble. Harrison Smith. Challenge that. Throw a challenge flag. Throw a challenge flag. Throw a challenge flag. Unless they're saying he gave himself up. Green flag. How did I miss this? What the heck's going on? Challenge it. Challenge it. Challenge it. Come on. That was a great play by Harrison Smith. That is my favorite all-time player. Oh, here we go. Green flag. All right, green flag. We are on NASCAR now, full-time. William Byron out to the lead. He did start on pole, so it's not surprising. Harvick not quite clear for second, so he'll battle Truex down the backstretch. Larson third, and back in the pack, Blaney and Bell still but slightly outside the top 10. All right, through 3 and 4. Looks like Larson's going to cross low. He's going to cut off the whole apron and get up alongside Kevin Harvick for the second position. Into turns 3 and 4. Sails it in deep, slides up, not far enough. Harvick will hang on the outside. Harvick and Larson battle for second. Meanwhile, is that Bubba Wallace? Yeah, it is. Bubba and Truex for third. What a send. I need to find out if I can get to another stream going for this NFL game. That game was getting good. Harvick still battling Larson for that spot. Here's the thing, and I hate to say it this way because it kind of stinks, but realistically, there's nothing that's going to matter until the last stage. In terms of the championship, it doesn't matter. Like, Bell and oh my gosh, I don't have the Vikings game on my phone. That's weird. Bell and Blaney moving forward will matter, but that's about it. That's really all that matters at this point. Actually, maybe I'll put the race on my phone and I'll move the game back. Okay. Okay, I guess the Falcons got to keep the ball, and they didn't challenge it. I think they should have. That would have been cool. Yeah, Harvick does clear for second. He got the second spot back from Kyle Larson. Watching that down below. So if you see my head looking down, that's the race. All right, Heineke going to float it over the middle. Oh, my goodness. What a catch by Kyle Pitts. Great play. All the way up to the 50. Big third down conversion for Heineke there. All right, Blaney and Bell just outside the top 10 as they run. Actually, no, 15th and 16th. They're still a little ways back there. So they're still trying to make their way forward. Kevin Harvick's got a sweet car, by the way. Just looking at the raw speed of it, he's going to lead a lot of laps today, I think. Give it about another 10 laps, and I think he'll be on Byron for the lead. All right, so as we watch, Bell just got around Suarez. That moves him up into the 14th spot. Now he's looking at Busch and Buescher. They're running 12th and 13th at the moment. Now Blaney. Well, actually, Blaney's still a ways off of Suarez. He's still got a ways to go to get there. So still a little ways off. Any major movers? Nobody yet. I don't see any major movers coming from the back or falling back. Everybody seems to kind of be right where they were before. All right, Bell split in the middle, or trying to split the middle on Busch, and Busher can't quite fill the gap. So he's going to kind of run back in line and see where he lines up in this next set of corners. He's going to go low. He's actually going to go lower than Busher, see if he can get a run down low. Yeah, I will say, since the next gen came out, the championship cars haven't dominated like they used to. The Gen 6 era, the championship 4 generally ran like top 5 all day. But yeah, ever since then, oh, wow. Heineke got out of there but threw it away. So 4th and 8th, they'll probably have to punt. But yeah, so ever since the Gen 6 era, the championship, like Joey dominated last year and so did Ryan Blaney. But they didn't run 1, 2, 3, 4. They ran more like 1, 4, 7, 10. So again, just another example of why we really don't need this playoff format with this car. There's enough parity. Just live with it and enjoy it. All right, Bell has gotten around Kyle Busch. Now Blaney going to make his way around Kyle Busch as well. Blaney's car was pretty good on the long run, so keep an eye on him over the course of the longer run. He could be I don't want to say a problem, but he could be the fastest car over the course of a 40-lap run. Let it bounce into the end zone. Do not catch that ball. There you go. Into the end zone, touchback, Viking ball. 24-21, 12 minutes to go in the game. Go score a touchdown and put it to bed. Let's go. Put this game away. Let's go, Dobbs. All right, Blaney now up to 14th as he gets around Kyle Busch and clears. Now he'll chase or try to chase down Christopher Bell. 11 laps into the race. Keeping an eye on it. Ooh, lap times are starting to shift. And you know who the fastest car on the track is right now? It's Kevin Harvick. Kevin Harvick running pretty darn good laps. I think he's going to win the, well, I shouldn't say win. He's going to run well today. But again, realistically, I hate to say it, nothing matters. Nothing matters until the third stage. Points don't matter today, so stage breaks are worthless. So, yes, a long race. Not a ton that we have to do. Oh, tossed it away at the last minute. Good call. Good call to avoid the loss. Josh Dobbs, that is. I'm not talking the race at that point. Sorry, I'm bouncing back and forth. I don't think Carson should be racing today. No, I don't have a problem with it. Like, don't get me wrong. What he did on Friday was a dumb mistake for sure. Like, it was dumb. But at the same time, like, what are you going to do? Suspend him for it? Honestly, he should have just been sent to the back of the field, and that should have kind of been the end of that. But instead, Hyman ended up wrecking him later. But, like, yeah, I don't... There's no further punishment you can really give that justifies anything that happened. Now, if Corey Heim was the guy, or say Carson Hocevar did what Corey Heim did, then I would agree. I think intentionally wrecking a guy gets you suspended for your next event. But that's not what happened for that, so... All right, so Bell's still trying to get around Busher. I'm trying to see if Blaney's caught him. Blaney's run him down. Looks like the gap is pretty much stabilized between Harvick and Byron. Only 14 laps in. I'm more curious to see where we are about lap 30. That's going to tell us who's got that long run car that we need. All right, Bell sails it in nice and deep. Ooh, only one deep safety. Safety. Good job, Hawk. That's first down. And we're under our first commercial break already. 28. Yeah, Harvick's got the faster car already, 15 laps in, and I think it's only going to get more. I think we're only going to see more and more of that. So, yeah, that's a first. Good Lord, Hawkins almost dropped it, but he got a 7-yard gain, got sent out of bounds. So, 28.5 to a 28.6. Harvick's faster. Here we go. Truex thinks it was on purpose. I mean, his reaction in the car didn't look like it was on purpose. That just looked like a guy that was really frustrated with himself. And he ran like it, by the way. He literally looked like he wanted to crawl into a corner and just get out of there. So I know he did not feel good about that. So I don't think that was on purpose. But I don't know. Toyota has that weird thing where it's like diehard Toyota to the end. We're not gonna say anything negative about our Toyota counterparts. Yeah, that Jones boy's got a car. Started top 10, still running 8th, so see what he's able to do by the end of this. Still under commercial, by the way. Yeah, hair. All right. So Byron and Harvick somewhat stabilized, about a second between the two of them. Blaney's lap times look pretty good compared to the guys in front, but he's going to have to be able to make some passes. So, like I said, I think Blaney's got the best long-run car today, but running 14th, so he's going to have to find a way to the front. Okay. Watch out. Might have to watch out for Jones next year. Definitely. Legacy could make a big change next year with Toyota support. That may help them a lot. All right. Still under commercial, dude. Lap times are about the same between Byron and Harvick. Blaney's still running the same lap time, but he's right behind Christopher Bell, so he definitely needs to get around him to see what he can really do. Yeah, Vikings are going to have to punt that one away. 4th and 5 on the 40, they're going to have to punt it. Send it to the end zone, let's do it. Not a terrible series. I mean, they moved the ball a little bit. Definitely would have liked to see him come down with this one, but not a great ball from TJ, or to TJ. Did he get nailed in the head again? Who is... Oh, no. He hit his own teammate in the head. I like Kevin O'Connell. He's a good coach. All right, now we're finally back. There we go. Now we got something to watch. Oh, that was a bad punt. Thing went out of bounds at like the 20. Definitely would have liked it a little better than that. All right, as they run, trying to see if there's any new... Buescher's found his way up to 10th. Buescher has a pretty good car today. Just realized he's been making passes. He was battling with Christopher Bell for 12th and 13th, and he's found his way to 10th. So Buescher seems to have a good long-run car. Still a second gap between Harvick and Byron. Reddick and Buescher now battle. That's for the 9th spot. Buescher going to turn it down, coming out of the corner, and he's alongside. Tell you what, Chris Buescher's got a good piece today. I am a fan of Ryan Blaney. I like him. Good guy. He's the only one I lose a bet on today. I had a bunch of free bets, so I placed them on random playoff guys. Not random, my favorite playoff guys. I'm like, I'm going to pick these guys to win the championship. And I got a bet on Bell. What do we got? It's Bell, Larson, and Byron. All three have I have at least one bet sitting on. So if one of them wins the title, I get money. Blaney wins the title, I lose all my bets. And they were free bets, so it's not like I actually lose anything, but I'd like an extra $100. That's nice, right? Like, I wouldn't complain about it. So 25 laps in, looking at lap times, they've all sort of stabilized at about 29 flat up front. Buescher's moved up to 9th. Bell now up to 12th. Looks like Blaney probably going to be battling Priest here for 13th soon. I don't see any major changes on the lap timer as far as anyone coming forward. Eric Jones seems to have a pretty good car, though. I would be curious what he looks like in about another 10 laps. Unfortunately, this car is so aero-dependent, though, that there's a lot of it that these guys can't help. I just cracked both my elbows. That's not normal. All right. Yes, if you guys are curious, this is a Justin Jefferson jersey, just out of curiosity. But I bought it, and then he got hurt, so I wouldn't say it's good luck, but also the Vikings haven't lost a game since I bought it, so maybe it's good luck. It's very much I guess we'll see. All right. Yeah, I'm about center. I'm trying to center myself up. Best I can, that is. All right, on the lap timer, still looks like it's pretty stable out front. Ooh, Chastain got good laps going here. Yeah, Chastain's got some pretty good lap times. I'd be curious to see what he's able to do. All right. I wonder how many championship cars have actually failed post-race, but they'd ignore it. It's a good question. It'd be a bad look for sure. I didn't see Buescher having 3 wins this year. It doesn't surprise me. I'm not surprised. I'm a little surprised how he got them. Realistically, you know, he got Richmond. He got Richmond looked fairly normal. They were really good. Michigan kind of jumped and I don't want to say stole it. He was good, but Truex was clearly better. And then Daytona's Daytona. So like, if someone said next year Buescher only has 1 win, not surprised. If they say he has 4 wins, not surprising. If he comes out and has 8 wins next year, I'm gonna be surprised. That would shock me. All right, Bell now up to 11th. Another spot gain for Christopher Bell. All right. Blaney's still 14th. Has not made his way forward at all since getting that 1 spot. Lap times all look about the same, so I don't see any major changes there. Showing Kevin Harvick's on board as he chases William Byron. Like I said, this is kind of the dull section of the race. There's not a ton to do here. What are we going to do until the Clash? Well, we're going to enjoy some old races. I'm going to do some streams of some old like Cup races and Xfinity races. Like I plan to do a live stream where we watch the entire US Cellular 250. So it'll be kind of like this, but I'll be a little square in the corner up there, and then we'll have the US Cellular 250 on the main screen. That was the first race I ever went to, so I'll kind of do a live stream of that race, and I'll just talk about the things that the TV can't show. So yeah, we'll do one of those, but there's some stuff going. We'll have some stuff ready to go. Let's see, no real changes. Blaney got to 13th, so we do have at least a little movement. Looks like Harvick's kind of making ground up, but he's not getting too close. So still got a little ways to go. I think Burton wins the 2024 Southern 500. No. Although, honestly, in this car, anything's possible. All you have to do is get the track position, because it's so hard to pass on short runs. Track position is king. So if he can get the track position, it's possible for sure. Yeah, I'll probably do some more race streams. The biggest thing that stopped me from doing them mid-season was obviously just, it was a tough season. Like I said, I know a lot of people lose pets time to time. This one was just, it was so sudden. You know, I went from literally just, you know, he's moving around, everything's completely normal, and then, you know, he was gone by that night, and so that was tough. So yeah, some of it comes down to time too. There's a lot of time invested to do all these streams, so I knew I had a good enough weekend open this weekend here to do it, so I did it this weekend. But yeah, it kind of depends what my schedule looks like. We got a false start on the offense. All right, Atlanta false started on 3rd and 3. Now it's 3rd and 8. Packers up 20-3. Hey, they're a second half team. They got 20 or an extra 10 points. All right, so under commercial for the race again. Blaney up to 12th. He has gotten by Ty Gibbs now. All right, now Harvick's 0.2 faster, so this may be the changing point. I said about 30 laps in is when we'd start to see any potential changes, and 30 laps in, we're starting to see that shift. Taylor Heineke with a great scramble there to get a first down. When was the last time the eventual champion didn't win a race in the round of 8? 2019, Kyle Busch. Yep, that was the last time. Chase Elliott won, Kyle Larson won, Joey Logano won. So Kyle Busch 2019, and before that, Kyle Busch 2015. He didn't win a race all playoffs. Both of those seasons, he didn't win a single race all playoffs till that. Alrighty. So Blaney up to 12th, Christopher Bell up to 10th, Chris Buescher up to 7th, and Bubba just made a move on Kyle Larson for 3rd. So Bubba's moving forward, Larson going backwards. Still 1 second the gap from Byron to Harvick. So still definitely some distance to go there. All right, so Elliott 18th. That's uninspiring. That's uninspiring. Gonna miss Junior screaming, oh, we got a crash. Is Junior not coming back next year? Or are you just talking about by being on the stream here? I didn't hear anything about Junior not coming back to the booth next year, so he should be back. All right. Looks like Truex is battling with Chastain. That's for the 5th spot, unless it's the other way around. I can't tell who's moving forward. I think Chastain's moving forward. He wasn't 5th, so Chastain's the one making that pass. Oh, Larson had a huge slide in 3 and 4. He went way up the track. That's how he lost that spot to Bubba. Big slide. As the run keeps going, I'm not seeing a lot of lap time changes. This is going to be a really dull race, guys. Oh, because of the offseason. Okay, that makes more sense. I was confused. I'm like, what? Junior's not going anywhere, right? I can't handle that. Did I get a haircut? Not since yesterday. I haven't had one probably in, I guess I had one a couple weeks ago, so. All right, 19 to go on the stage. Nothing really happening. Kevin Harvick is starting to close in, though, on William Byron a little bit. So we do have a little something developing, but we're not there yet. So Blaney now up to 11th. So still tracking down Christopher Bell. He's running pretty good lap times, but 18 to go on the stage. So that'll get us to the end of stage 1. Alrighty. Oh, that was a practice incident with AJ Allmendinger. I was going to say, why did I say there was a spin? Larson now loses a spot to, who is that? Chastain. So Chastain now goes around Larson. Larson's car is not good on the long run. That thing is falling off a cliff. So he's starting to really backslide. 17 to go on the stage, though. So the good news is it is good, but it's only good for a number of laps. And then he needs to get, then he needs caution. So he's good for the short run. Long run, not so much. But that is how he won this race in 2021 as well. He was not a good long run car in 2021, but he had a short run to finish it, and that's what he needed. Oh, we got a touchdown. That's not getting called? That was such an obvious hold. Like, is there a flag? No, there's no flag. Wow, how do you miss that, ref? That was a terrible hold. There's the flag. Okay, that was delayed. That was a horrible hold. It was on the left guard. He basically had the guy grabbed around the neck, and the guy was getting choked backwards like that. That should have been a very, very easy call. I don't know what took him so long to get that flag out, because that was obvious. That was bad. But we do have a flag. I'm not sure what it is here. Personal foul. Offense. What? I don't understand. Okay, well, they missed the obvious hold. So we have a personal foul on the offense somewhere. But I don't know what it is. Still looking to see. Oh, Bell got up to 9th. Oh, it was after the play. What? I should have sound. Without sound, I have no idea what's going on. All right, Harvick's still closing in, but not by much. I don't think he's going to get there in time. Only 12 laps to go on the stage. This is Phoenix. That's all I can say. This is Phoenix. So not really much to see there. Oh, it was on 15. That was dumb. Just shoving a guy's face into the ground. Like, Falcons have been dirty today, man. Hit on KJ was dirty. Hall was just a normal play. That one, him getting concussed. But that hit on KJ was dirty. I can't believe he didn't get kicked from the game for that one. Oh, it does back the PAT up. And he did get the PAT, so Minnesota will need a touchdown to win. Yeah, Phoenix old configuration was fine. I think the thing about this backstretch that is just bad is, like, you got that big undercut, so they go 5 wide into the corner. It's all chaotic for a restart, and then it's boring. Like, it is really dull the rest of the time. 9 to go, or... No, still 11 to go. 11 to go on the stage. I said 18 last time. That's why I was confused. So, 10 to go. 0.6 of a second. Harvick's closing a little bit, but not quickly. Meanwhile, Bubba's actually closing in as well. So, as we're talking about that, it looks like Bubba's closing in just as fast as Harvick is. So, we may have a number 23 Star Wars car going out to try and win tonight. All right, looks like Blaney has got to Hamlin. That's for the 10th spot. He's going to try and get by Denny here. Got 10 laps to do it. All right, let's see here. Blaney to the inside. He's going to slide up, but Denny's going to stuff it in there. Denny's still hanging on. I'm sure he's going to love that. Looks like Blaney does... Well, actually, they're side by side at the line exactly when that last lap went by, so we'll see if he's able to get there. Yeah, Elliott had a good car in 21. It fell off late in the race. Allen made a bad adjustment in midway, but then also he bumped Kyle Larson and flared his fender out, and that made that car so much better. Like, he just had this right side parachute just helping the car turn. It was just one of them fluky days where Larson was a better car, or not the better car all year, kind of deserved the championship, but he had a lot of good things happen in 2021 that helped him get that championship too, which he, again, deserved. Okay. What are we at? 7 to go? Can't tell. They turned off the scoring monitor on the broadcast. 0.4 of a second, 6 laps to go. Harvick's closing it down, but 0.8 of a second back is Bubba, and a second 1.1 is Ross. So, God, this track sucks, man. This track really, really sucks. I mean, and it's not even Phoenix's fault. The car is just so bad at this track, and it's such a bad race. I mean, this sucks. I'm sorry to say it, but you can tell that there's cars that are really... like a lot better than the car in front of them, and they can't pass. They can't make moves. Oh, I mean, Larson is bad right now, and Truex can't get by. He's just going to hold in. He'll probably hold on to 5th. 6 to go in the stage. Oh, yeah, here's Harvick. He's got a whole nother lane, so he's running in the clean air and actually he's making up some good ground, too. He's 0.2 back now, so it's going to be a battle. Can Kevin Harvick come steal a stage? Problem is, and I hate to say it this way, but Byron's probably going to beat him off pit road because of his pit stall and pit crew. So even if Harvick passes him, Byron's probably going to come out first. Meanwhile, Chastain going by Bubba. So Chastain going to move up to 3rd. Trackhouse brought a pretty good car for Chastain here today. Coming to 4 laps to go. Chastain now moves to 3rd, only 1.2 back. If these front two battle long enough, or have enough battling in them, Ross Chastain could close in on him. I don't think he's got enough time to get there, all the way to them. But, oh, who is that just parked it on the bottom? Good Lord. Is that Newman? Who's 51? I think that's Newman. I think Newman just parked it in front of Kevin Harvick and just really held him up in 1 and 2. Goodness, dude. Lucky is, it is only for a stage win, so it's not going to be too critical, but still. 3 to go. Harvick's still digging. High lane definitely seems to be the preferred way around. Chastain is closing, though, on the front, too. He's got the outside working pretty well. Harvick with a good run. 2 to go. He's right on... Yeah, he's right behind him. A car length back. 1 car length back with 2 to go in the stage. Harvick going to go low. Byron high. Chastain going to go high. Harvick going to get a good bite off the corner. Not enough to get alongside, but he's right behind him now. All right, let's see. 2 to go. Harvick pulling to the inside. Does he have enough to side draft him? Just a little. And I think if that's for the win, he would have side drafted him. But because it's just for a stage, I think he's going to let it. He's not going to let him have it for nothing, but he's going to kind of give him some space. Down the backstretch for the final time. About a car length back into the final corner. Harvick going to go low. Oh, Byron went low to block. Aero block, that's pretty much it. This car sucks. I hate aero blocking. Coming to the line, though, Byron, Harvick, Chastain in stage 1, then Bubba. So that'll be the end of stage 1. Bell fought his way to 9th, Blaney to 10th by the end of the stage. Other guys, Brad Keselowski from the back found his way to 18th. So RFK may have a pretty good car on there. It's a long way to come from the back all the way to 18th. Goodness gracious, Jordan Addison. That was a crazy catch. I got to see this again. Jordan Addison, 1 toe, 2 toe. Oh, my word! That is absurd! That is an incredible catch by Jordan Addison. Oh, my word. That was wild. How did he get his feet down? Are they challenging? Is there a review? There might be a review, but it's going to stand. What a great catch. Screw the championship. I'm watching Dallas-Philly. Prediction? I'm going to go Dallas. I think Philly has been sloppy recently. So I think I'm going to go with Dallas today. That toe hits right there. That's a catch. What a great grab by Jordan Addison. Anyone watching that Atlanta Viking game, go look at the catch Jordan Addison just had. That was insane. What a great grab. So we're under commercial at the moment. Brad got to 17th by the end of the stage. Well done, Brad. Elliott still 18th, showing that tremendous speed. I think Gustafson's gone after this year. He needs to be. That's unacceptable speed, by the way. You got teammates running top 5, and you're just slow in the back. And he's been that way a lot this year. Not that bad, but, I mean, if you saw Elliott running 9th, you're like, oh, good day today. That's not typical Elliott standards. 9th is supposed to be a low running position for him. That's a complete. I don't know what they're reviewing for so long. All right, so minute 12 to go in the Viking game. I'll go this way. So minute 12 to go. Packers get the win. All right, well, way to go, Packers. That actually, I'm not sure if that helps. The Rams being lower on the wild card seating might help them a little. Call stands. All right, good. I gotta see what yard line they're on. Minute 12 to go in the game. I think they're already over on the other plus side of the field. I think they're at the 35. So still gotta get a little closer. I think Elliott and AG are moving on to the next season. Can you blame them? I mean, if you're moving on to next season, I would think you're gonna bring fast setups. You know, you're gonna go for broke, but they've just been bad. They haven't even been. Last week they tried. They stayed out. I love that call. I love the aggressiveness, but man, they've been so bad this year. They've unloaded with just no speed. Did he drop that? Oh, he must have dropped it. Man, Hawkinson had a great opportunity to grab that. He should. For how much he's getting paid, he needs to catch that ball. Oh, he bounced it off his own chest. Come on, man. All right. So they're back from broadcast. Are they ready to do their pit stops yet? All right, here we go. Pit stops. Ryan Blaney is in first. He's earliest on pit road. Everything looks pretty smooth. Little adjustment in the right rear window. Christopher Bell is in. Everything smooth on the right side of his stop. 9.7 for Blaney as he leaves. 10.3 for Bell. Meanwhile, Byron and Larson haven't even hit their stalls yet. As I can tell, Truex beats Blaney out, and Blaney does beat Bell out, so Blaney's going to gain some ground here. 9.9 for Kyle Larson. 10.0 for William Byron. Byron's going to win the battle off pit road. I told you that pit box is going to be way too crucial. That pit box is so crucial. He didn't even have a better stop, but he just pulls forward 2 inches and gets it. I hope Noah runs Xfinity part-time. I love the idea of him running as much as he can. I don't like when these guys get to Cup and they just stop, they just stop running. I don't like that. They should be running more. Yeah, it was a 10-0 for Byron. It's not a bad stop, but he definitely beat Harvick by enough of a gap that you can see what that pit box is going to do. He can be running 10th going into the final stop, and he'll come out top 5. That pit stall is very big. Josh Dobbs out of bounds at the 12-yard line. That was a heck of a scramble on 4th and 7. Woo! It's getting tight. Sorry, I'm going to be very distracted for the next 11 seconds. It's not 11, but it's close. Come on. If the Vikings can pull the win out here, that'd be incredible. That would be really, really greatly appreciated. All right. Elliott fell back to 21st. We're really doing well today. Life is pain as a Vikings Elliott fan. 36 seconds to go. Knocked away. Not a bad throw. 2nd and 10. Still got some time. Still under commercial, so we're still waiting to get this rolling. Tristan Jackson. That's his name. I forgot his name. Tristan Jackson was receiver. It was intended for. A little early on the contact, but it's not going to get called because it was pretty close. I like the idea of Noah running the human thumb as Vikings quarterback. Hey, I'm good with that. Larson tight. Did they make an adjustment? I mean, he came out 4th, so I don't know how much of an adjustment they would have made because he still had a good stop. All right, so still waiting on that to come back. 27 seconds to go. 3rd and 5 for the Vikings down in the red zone. Speaking of driver changes, how good do you think Hemrick will be next season? Very mid. My bet is he's going to be pretty mid. It's just a matter of, he's not going to suddenly become a world beater out of nowhere, He's never lit the world on fire in any series he's been in, so he'll be all right. I think he'll be solid, run 20, top 20 in points maybe, somewhere in that ballpark, but I do not expect him to go out and light the world on fire or win a race or anything. Oh, Josh Dobbs with a game-winning touchdown. Let's go. Coming back to the green. Byron, good and clear. So Byron gets good and clear. Truex on the outside. Harvick also down low. They are like 4 wide everywhere else back in the pack. Or is this the restart? Sorry, that's the replay of the first restart. Let's go. Brandon Powell, 3rd string or 4th string wide receiver, comes up huge. All right. I love this football team. Mostly I love Kevin O'Connell, man. That dude's awesome. We got a good head coach. Josh Dobbs, after 5 days, 20 of 30 for 158 and a couple touchdowns. Now, they got 22 seconds left and 2 timeouts, so the Vikings need to, 1, make the PAT. Got it. All right, good. All right, so 3-point game, and so even if they get into field goal range, that's only to tie it. So there is that. Meanwhile, they are coming to the restart now, so as soon as that game's over, I will flip over. I think I'll keep the Giants Eagles on, though. I'll turn one of those on for you so I can keep you updated. That'll be fun. Should I do No, I ain't doing NFL streams. I'm far too not passionate. I'm just too opinionated for that. Although I'm opinionated all the time, so it is what it is. All right, green flag in the air. Harvick high, Byron low. Byron cuts the apron, comes all the way back up on track. Side by side, though, as they head into the corner. Harvick up high. Byron going to try and slide up. Not quite high enough, though, to block Kevin. Kevin with a pretty good exit. And as they come off the corner, it'll be Byron, Harvick, Chastain, all cleared. Side-by-side battle is for fourth between Wallace and Larson. All right. Viking defense needs to step up here. All right, Christopher Bell up to 8th. Blaney up to 6th, by the way. Blaney got by a couple on the restart. He's up to 6th. So let's see what Blaney can do now that he's got a little bit cleaner track, and he'll have a little bit less traffic all around. So Byron is away with the lead. Then it's Harvick, Chastain, Larson, and Wallace in the top 5. Blaney 6th, and Bell now 7th as he battles side by side, but I think he just cleared Chris Buescher. Would I say I'm a bigger Vikings or Jets fan? I talked about it yesterday. It literally is a 1A and 1A. I don't have a true favorite. Like, even when they play each other, it is literally who needs the win more. So, for instance, 2006, the Jets were in the playoff hunt. The Vikings weren't. I was rooting for the Jets. They met again in 2009. The Jets needed a win for the playoffs. The Vikings didn't. I rooted for the Jets. 2015, neither of them needed the win because it was late in the season. So, because neither of them needed the win, I rooted for the Vikings because Rex Ryan was in his final season. I knew he was going to get fired. Mike Zimmer was in his first season. I liked what I saw from Zimmer and said, I want the better coach to win, and I thought it was Zimmer. So I rooted for them there. Last year, they both kind of needed the win, but I knew the Jets with Zach Wilson weren't playoff ready yet, and the Vikings were in the hunt for the 1 seed, so I rooted for the Vikings last year. But I was at the game in Minneapolis when they both played, and I loved it. I mean, I literally was like, Jets could win this game on this play. Vikings could win the game on this play. When it happened, I'm like, sweet. Like, I didn't have a negative or positive emotion to that game in any situation. Vikings score, I was happy. So, yeah, there was a number of times where it was just like, anything that happened, I was pretty happy with. All right, so looks like Bell. Oh, Bubba had the big wiggle. Okay, I was going to say Bell's still there. Knocked away. 10 seconds to go in the game. 3rd and 1 for the Falcons. They do have a timeout left, but they have to get into field goal range on this next play or it's Hail Mary time. So Blaney now 5th, Bell in 6th. Blaney's doing a good job of not running in the same path as Larson. So your contenders are 1st, 4th, 5th, and 6th. With Harvick and Chastain splitting them up. All right, 10 seconds to go in the game. I want to bring more pressure than this. I do not like just bringing 3. I want more pressure. Come on, get there. Get there. We need pressure. Oh, he's going to run out of bounds at the 40. 5 seconds to go. That means they're going Hail Mary. They're going to have to try and Hail Mary it. We'll see what they can do. Please don't give me a heart attack, Vikings. I've had enough. It's been a rough week. Don't do this to me. Don't do this. Blaney is getting closer to Larson. He's still not up alongside him yet, but he is closing in. All right, what are we going to do? We got defense deep. I want to bring some pressure here. I don't even want to give him a chance to get to the end zone before he has to throw this ball. Get there, get there, get there, get there, get there, get there, get there. Come on, get there, get there. Get some pressure in there. Knocked away, game over. Vikings win. Let's go. Woo! Vikings win 31-28. Joshua Dobbs comes in and steals a win. And the Vikings move to 5-4. And we have no idea what this team is capable of because we haven't seen anyone consistently at quarterback so far today. But man, they all look good today. Played well. I love Kevin O'Connell, man. What a coach. I like that guy. All right, so we're going to move the race now onto this TV. Oh, I got to turn the controller back on. I'm streaming through my Hulu account on my Xbox. Okay, over to the race we go. And I'm going to actually turn it off on my phone. So we're going to close all the apps. Make sure, yep, they are closed. We're good to go. Perfect. All right, so 19 laps into stage 2. Still Larson, Blaney, Bell. So Larson definitely looks slower than Blaney, but it's an aero game, so we'll see what we end up with. But still a long way to go. Like I said, this race is going to be decided on the last cycle of pit stops. That's what it's going to come down to. And under the next commercial break, I'm grabbing a Victory Mountain Dew. I might even chug the thing. It's a fake can. Some Yeti thing. I don't know. But apparently if you take this cap off the can's like just a holder, you can actually slide a beer bottle in there. That's what I was told, at least, so sounds cool to me. All right, so Larson's still trying to chase down Blaney at the moment. Also, I didn't even point this out. This is a random thing I just have sitting on my desk, but I want to show it off because I bought a random lot of pins. You guys know how my website, I've started to kind of dive into trying to have as many pins as possible. And I found this pin the other day in a lot. I actually bought a lot of pins, and this one, I didn't know it was in it. And, other way. There we go. I can't. I'm trying to get better lighting for you guys, but it's really difficult. Anyway, zoom it out. There we go. Casey Kane, 2009 Sonoma pin. So I actually got the official event pin. Then I found this pin as well. So I like it. Pins are kind of fun things to add up next to the diecast. Meanwhile, as I was chatting and talking about pins, Blaney and Bell are going to start a battle for the 5th spot. Both of them want it, but the 3 contenders still remain single file. They are 3 seconds behind the lead. Harvick about 1.1 back. Chastain 1.9 back of the leader. And Byron out front just running away. Oops, here we go. Bell looking low, but Blaney's going to have a run off, so he'll actually run away. And actually, Blaney may challenge Larson by the time they get down to 3 and 4. Great run down the backstretch for Blaney. Brad has moved his way to 16th. Elliott has fallen out of the top 22. I can't even see him on the scoring monitor. Good Lord, Alan Gustafson. Oh, he's 24th. It's been a long season. Long season for Elliott fans. Easier on my bank account. I don't want it to be easy on my bank account. All right, now Blaney goes to the high side, still challenging Larson. Larson with a good exit, though. He'll be... maybe not. Blaney kept the throttle down. Looks like Blaney's going to be... he'll get there. As the battle heats up, Bell looking low, Blaney high, Larson actually running low as well. But the way it looks is Bell peeks in underneath in the corners, but Blaney drives away on the straightaways. So, do you think Spencer Baston is getting released from CJB? And is True Timber going to follow Spencer or stay at CJB? I don't know where or what the opportunity for Spencer's going to be. What I do know is David Gravel ran that car and did okay, but when he left, he got a lot better. So I want to see what Spencer can do in another car. So I'm not sure what that situation looks like. I do think change is coming, so I wouldn't be shocked if Spencer's not there. But as far as True Timber, I don't know where they're going to go because they've been with that car longer than they've been with Spencer. So I would expect the sponsor to stick around. Why'd they pick this track as the season finale? I have no idea. I think the track did a renovation, so they wanted to reward it, and it's in a hot climate and stuff. But outside of that, it's terrible, man. This track sucks. Like, every NASCAR fan sort of agrees, this track is terrible, and it's terrible all the time. We've never had good races at Phoenix. Why are we putting the marquee event at Phoenix? I'll say it right now. I'd rather the race be at Kansas. Tell me I'm wrong. Let's run Kansas as the season finale. Is there an issue? Like, I think everyone would be all right with that. All right, we're under commercial. That's why I don't have anything to update you on. I think Vegas will be the last race into the 2025. I'd be okay with Vegas. Vegas is fine. It's a great venue, great city. And if they do that, just move the All-Star race out of Wilkesboro and give the All-Star race back to NASCAR. Because this whole thing is about who between ISC and or whatever the other one is, NASCAR, I guess, but who gets to host the big event? Why does it matter? So, yeah, I mean, here are my top tier locations I want things to go to. I want the All-Star race at Kansas or Iowa. Bias, obviously. But I want the All-Star race at 1.5 miles or at least a mile, like a multi-groove racetrack, not North Wilkesboro. That can be a regular old Sunday afternoon snoozer. I'm okay with that. But, looks like, Bell got around Blaney. Too bad I didn't see it. So Bell gets around Blaney. Now he will challenge Larson for the 4th spot. Rockingham. I'd be okay with Rockingham coming back. But, yeah, basically, my thoughts on it are kind of like, I want the All-Star race at a track that puts on good racing in short runs, long runs. Bristol was a track that could have a good All-Star race, but they screwed up the format. 10-lap shootout. If you've ever seen a Bristol race, nothing happens in the first 10 laps. All the action in Bristol starts like 30, 40 laps into the run. Like, I know people don't realize that, but that's the truth. Like, Bristol, the best racing at Bristol is usually after or during the long run. It's not in the short run. That's what makes Bristol so good, is that they can run for like 200 straight laps, and there's action the whole time. So, yeah, I think NASCAR screwed that one up because they just, 10-lap shoot out to the wind. It was like, that was a bad idea. Meanwhile, Kevin Harvick now challenging Byron. He's going to look high. 30 laps in, that 4 car's come to life, and it says on the monitor he's going to lead. So here we go, down the backstretch side by side. I think Byron's going to yield it here. Kevin Harvick to the lead in the Harvick number 4. Let's go. I would love to see Happy Harvick win this race. That'd be cool. So Larson is still holding off Bell and Blaney. That is now, it's actually still 3 seconds away from the lead. Now this stage is 120 laps instead of 45. So we'll see. We will have a green flag stop in this stage, so we'll see what this actually does by the time the stage is over. But ever since Harvick got out front, he's driving away. He's 0.2 quicker than Byron. And it looks like Chastain's coming after him too. Chastain's going to get to Byron here in the next probably 15 laps. So Harvick to the lead. All right, you know what? Do I celebrate Harvick and go get a Harvick car out? We're getting a Harvick car. Oh, sorry, the mic. There we go. We're getting a Harvick car out. All right, I'm going to get out a Harvick car because I got nothing better to do because this race is boring. And Harvick's out front, which is great. This race is still boring. I'm a NASCAR fan. I shouldn't be saying this stuff, but it's true. This car sucks on short tracks, and they run the championship race at a freaking short track. Okay. Bring back in with my shorts and my beautiful purple shirt. I'm super relieved they won. By the way, I'm going to show you all the stuff in this box in just a second, but let me get this car out first. Oh, 3 wide for 4th. Blaney on the bottom. Slide job in 3 and 4. Or sorry, that's actually 1 and 2 now. In 1 and 2, Blaney goes to 4th. Woo-hoo-hoo! Ryan Blaney. Bell to the inside of Kyle Larson. He's going to try and take the 5th spot. And he's going to slide up in front and move Blaney to 4th. Bell to 5th. Larson falling all the way to 7th because Chris Buescher's now on his inside. What a good race for position that was. That was fun. That was a good race for position. All right, I've got the car out. So Blaney makes a great move to get 2 for 1, making his job a lot easier later in the race. All right, so I've got the car out of the box. Anyone want to guess what the car I got was? Let me put in the chat. What car did I pull out of the box to show y'all? I like this. I get to show off cars, watch races on Sunday. Vikings won. I got to go get my victory due, by the way. I need a lot of water, though. That's how you race clean. You bet. 3 wide battle through the dog leg. Blaney, Bell, and Larson, and then Blaney pulls the slider to take that spot. What a good move. Is it going to define his race? No. But I will say on the lap time, Blaney looks pretty good, running 29 flats. Harvick in front running 29 O's, or sorry, 29 2s. Blaney 29-2, Chastain 29-1, and Ryan Blaney 29 flat. So Blaney may have a car here. All right, what car did I pull out of the box? Homestead, Indy Win, Jimmy John's. Be more specific. Give me year, driver, and it's a race win, so track. Year, driver, and track. So give me a year, a driver, and a track, and I'll let you know if you got it. You got to put all three in there because they're too vague otherwise. Good move by Blaney, though. What a good job. Where did I set my phone? I guess we'll find out later. All I want for Harvick to win and Blaney to win the championship, that'd be pretty cool. Like I said, I really want to win a bet. Actually, let me see. I got to find my phone. There it is. Found my phone. All right. Texas 2019? No. Oh, whoops. I paused the race. Texas 2019. 2014 Phoenix Fall. I actually don't have that car anymore, so no. I sold that one for like $500. I feel sort of bad, but also I ain't turning down $500. If somebody really wanted it, they can have it. So, 2019 Roval? Nope. 03 Harvick Indy. I don't have that car. Not yet. I might get it someday, though. Bell and Busch are now battling for the 5th spot. Blaney is closing in on Byron. Byron has fallen back from Ross Chastain, and Blaney is closing in. Blaney may be the playoff favorite here in about 10 laps. All right, so looks like Buescher is going to get the spot on Bell, so Buescher to 5th. Oh, here we go. 11, Coke 600. No, but I do have it to my right. I already read that one. 07 500. No, that one is actually behind me. You'll see if I grab it because it's up on the shelf because it's not for sale. Especially after Logano won it last year, dual Ford celebrations. Yeah, Ford would have swept the weekend, even though I think Chevy won the Manufacturers Championship. But Blaney's moving in on Byron now. He's close. Red Apple. No, that is the 2014 Talladega win for Brad Keselowski. But no, not that one. 2014 Dover. Jimmy, I don't have anymore. I don't remember. I think I had it for a little bit, but I don't think I have that one anymore. 2014 Jeff, I still have, but it is not that car. I think someone may have thought of it, and so that's why nobody's posting it in here. By the way, we got a battle for the 3rd position. Blaney led the lap, so Blaney's technically now our leader for the championship, but Byron has the preferred lane, so we'll see in 1 and 2 here. Ooh, Byron way up the track along the wall, but he still has a good bite off the corner. All right, still side by side. The 2 playoff contenders. Byron high, Blaney low. Off the corner, good run for Byron. He'll clear, so Byron will hold. So not quite. I will say it right now. I think somebody tried to say it earlier, but got a little confused. It is Kevin Harvick's 2014 Homestead win. This is the elite version of the car, and this is an absolute grail. I mean, this is a grail car. It's such a cool race car. The dirt, the confetti, the yellow roof number is another thing that's really cool about this car. Having that bright yellow roof number, always really cool. Also, I did recently or semi-recently acquire the official event pin from 2014 from the Ford EcoBoost 400. So, yes, this is an absolute grail car right here. Definitely a must-have for Harvick guys. And if you are a Harvick guy, pretty car, right? All right. Caution. Why do we have a caution? Why is Christopher Bell in 10th? What's happening? Christopher Bell's back to 10th. Something happened. Dude! This is huge! The This is a huge development if Christopher Bell just wrecked. If Christopher Bell just wrecked and they're under commercial and they miss a key moment of this race, I'm going to blow a gasket. I'm sorry. It's their job to make sure we know what happens in the most important race of the season. Christopher Bell is out of the race. Or something. He's not in the top 20. Something happened to Christopher Bell and we don't know. Says he got into the wall after he was complaining about his brakes. But this needs to be... Dude. I'm sorry. This is the kind of crap that has to stop. Because that is a very key moment of this championship. And for us to miss it entirely because they didn't bother to show us is ridiculous. Come on, man. What is going on? I'm trying to find my... there we go. Bell blew a right front. So right front tire issue by the sound of it, but said... This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. This happened while nobody saw. This is like a key interception. A key interception in the Super Bowl is missed by the broadcast. This is incredibly important, and we missed it. Oh, look what happened. You guys missed this key moment of the race. Yeah, that's pretty bad, isn't it? That car got smoked, man. I think he's done. I'm making him more watchable. They ain't very watchable, I'll tell you that. Rotor exploded. Oh, brake rotor again. Oh, man, he's done, dude. That's his season right there. He's toast. I gotta log in quick. I'm gonna check my sports book quick and see. I don't remember what the amounts were that I was gonna win based on guys, but I think Bell was who I was gonna win the most money on. So, it is what it is. Last bet I had, I lost. What bet was that? Oh, I bet on the freaking Cowboys to cover the spread against the Cardinals, and they blew the game. Thanks, freaking... okay, here we go. Kevin Harvick, I had a bet on. If he had won the championship, I'd win $550. Let's see here. Christopher Bell, I would have won $160 if Bell had won. It was a $10 bet. I would have won $160. So that's pretty nice. I believe the other ones are lower. Larson, I win $100. Byron, I win $112. And I don't have one on Blaney. So, sorry to say this. I want $100, so bye, Blaney. Dude. His season came down to that. That's the guy who would have led the points in the regular standings. And a rotor exploded and all but ended his race. Is this really how we want to decide championships? What happens when, I don't know, Blaney and Byron tangle and there's one car left on the track? You know, like, when can NASCAR finally admit this is a terrible, flawed format? Please. He's done, man. Anyway, 11-1 pit stop for Ryan Blaney. Let's see. Harvick is in. Let's see if he can hold the lead. Byron had fallen to 4th, I want to say, but he's got that pit stall, which is going to be tough to beat. Ooh, good stop for Truex. Holy moly. He gained like 4 spots there. Way to go. Truex grew 9-6 out of Kevin Harvick. Drop the jack. Oh, yeah, Byron did not win that battle. It's going to be Harvick, Chastain, Byron. So Byron still goes forward. Buescher, Larson, Truex, Blaney -4. We can't afford that, Blaney. But I can, because I'm going to win $100. So Harvick wins the battle off pit road. And this will be interesting, because Byron has not had to restart in traffic. And that heats your tires up a lot faster. So if he heats up his tires, he may fall faster than he did the last couple runs. We'll see. Still about 73 laps to go in the stage. So 73 laps to go. It is time to put this beautiful piece back. Oh, what a gorgeous car, man. This car is so, like, brings a smile to my face. It's so pretty. Such a pretty race car. Such a pretty race car. Ooh, careful. I almost dropped some screws here. All right, so first thing I got to do, put the car back in the box, put the cover back on, flip it upside down, and put the screwdriver back on it. There we go. You can become a pro at opening cars and getting them in and out of boxes after a while. When you've done it like 1,000 times. I guess you're really good at it. All right. Putting that car back in. Making sure it's all screwed down because, ooh, it's awesome. Harvick wins the race. Blaney wins the cup. I still think it's going to be Harvick wins the race. Byron wins the cup. I don't even like Byron, truthfully. I don't like him that much. Like, I do not hate Byron. I don't like him either. He's just very vanilla. So I would actually, driver-wise, I'd like Blaney to win. I'd also like Larson to win because I think he has been really, really good. But at this point, I really don't care who wins the title. Like, I hate to say it. I'm a NASCAR fan. I don't care. I don't care who wins the title. I have no interest. It doesn't matter. In the stat card, it's going to tell someone after today that one of those three is a champion. And I'm going to say, sure, but I remember the season. Bell was good. You know, I remember the guys that were good. And those four have all been good, but the story of the season is not going to be told by this champion. What is the Holy Grail diecast car? So my Holy Grail, personally, is my Chase Elliott Kansas win from 2018 that I got signed in Bristol. Like, that is my Grail. I'm never getting rid of it. Not even for $1 million is life-changing. I might do that. But it's like, it's a tough car. Like, I think the car is worth maybe $200, something like that. Somebody could offer me $400. I'm not doing it. Like, it's that kind of a car where even if someone offers me double the current going rate, I ain't doing it. Because I've got the memory of getting it signed, too. So that's my current Holy Grail. Most expensive car I own is probably the Elliott Homestead car. I bought it for like $500. I paid a lot of money for that car. It's worth about $1,500 now, so I'm still happy I did it. But, oof, that one was tough. Custer and Rhodes had the worst seasons that made the Final Four. Yep, they're both champions, though. Doesn't tell the story of the season. We all know Corey Heim was kind of the best truck all year. Yeah, Blaney is the least deserving of the four, for sure. Yeah, I would say so. But, again, I don't care. I don't care anymore. He's run well, so it's been fine. Brooks and Dunn, Dale Sr., 2017 Switch Truck Proto, and 2014 Superman Gold Number Elite. Them are some high-dollar cars. So your grails are definitely, like, upper echelon grails. My grails are just whatever I like. Like, I mean, if someone said that... No, Jeff. Corey Heim screwed himself after Carson Hocevar screwed him. I can't speak. Carson Hocevar screwed him big time. Then he screwed himself. But for sure, the first screwing that was done was by Carson Hocevar. For sure. Like I said, I like Carson. I do. I don't think he meant to do it. I really don't. I think it was an accident, but it's an egregious accident, and he has to clean that up. All right. I should have probably gone and got my due. I'm going to finish off my water first. All right, Eric Jones popping into the top 8. Going to be starting 4th row inside next to Ryan Blaney. All right, coming to the green. Front row, Harvick and Chastain. Byron on the bottom, below in 3rd. Buescher in 4th. Not a good start for William Byron. He is going to be not 3 wide, but boy, he had a lot of cars peeking to different lanes on him. And he's going to send it into the corner. Does not have the speed to get it back to the front. Keep an eye. Like I said, Byron's a guy that has had clean air all day, and without clean air, he may struggle more than we've seen. We will see, though. Into 3 and 4. Oh, contact! Priest and Briscoe! Oh, Stuart Haas tried to all but clean themselves out. Oh, boy. It's 5 wide back there for freaking 20th. 25th, maybe. All right, Elliott to the inside now of Ryan Priest. Meanwhile, Priest and Briscoe still nose to tail. I don't know if they're happy with each other or not, but it's still funny. Like, they can't stay off each other. Oh, wow. Look at all the wild racing for the restarts. And then all of this just to go single file for 100 laps. Like, this track is so mid. Oh, my gosh. I forgot to mention Ross Chastain got out front, dude. So Ross Chastain stole the lead from Kevin Harvick, and he is setting sail. He's about a half second out front. Buescher and Byron are still side by side with Truex closing in. And with Byron getting tight off the corner, I think Truex is going to try and slide to the outside here. Possibly move him back another spot. Just shows, though, how important is pit road. Byron lost that spot to Blaney. Blaney fell back, and now Byron is in control of the Final Four spot again. You know, it's just that quick, and Byron's back out front. That's why I picked him to win today. I think the pit stall is going to win him this race. Grill, I have 2017 Larson Fall Michigan Win Color Chrome Elite. What I would love to get is either Larson 2016 Michigan Win or 2011 Stewart Homestead Win. Those are all good cars. I love the Larson Michigan Win. I have the autographed one of that. I would love to get the 2011 Stewart Homestead too, though. That's a good car. Michigan Win Color Chrome Elite. That's a... I'm not going to lie. I don't know if that's a great car or not. It's a cool car for some detail. But the chrome on those Target cars always look like crap, in my opinion. So, I'm just being honest. I did not think the chrome looked very good on 2017 cars. Hey, but if you like it, it's your car, dude. It's kind of like the Casey Kane Indy wins. I have all the special finishes. They may not look great. I like them, so that's all that matters. Justice League Autographed Elite Din 3. Ooh, I've actually really wanted to get that Casey Kane Justice League car again. I sold it a while back and kind of thought, yeah, I'd like to get it again. But then I still kind of bounce back and forth. Do I want another car? Because I have a lot of cars. But I think I'd actually prefer the non-autographed because if I remember right, and you can correct me, the autographed edition doesn't have a windshield banner. And so it's all clear to the top of the windshield, and it looks weird. That's just what I remember. But let me know, because it's your grail. You definitely know. But if that thing doesn't have the windshield banner up top, I don't want it. There's another car like that I refuse. I think it's Chase Elliott's 2016 Mountain Dew car I've always wanted to get. It has a playoff banner, but the autographed edition doesn't have the playoff banner, and so I don't want it. I want the playoff banner version of the car. Let's see here. Had 2021 Champion Liquid Color Door Elite. Raced version. Okay. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. Like I said, I don't care about DINs that much, typically. I had DIN number 1 of Jimmy Johnson's Carvana car, the Carvana Liquid Color from this year. And so it's cool. It's got a good-looking car and stuff, but I sold the DIN 1 on eBay a couple weeks back for like $450. It's like, I like DIN 1. That's cool. But if someone says, I'll give you $450 for it, yeah. You know what $450 got me? The rest of my raced versions from this year that I'm going to get. Like, you know, I love that. You know, because my collection is all about my memories. That's truly what my collection is. I do not care a lot about the value. It's about the memories. And whether I watched it on TV or saw it in person, you know, there's paint schemes I want to get, and it's because of what I remember watching those paint schemes do versus actually, you know, how valuable they are. So Blaney's battling Larson right now. That's a battle for the 6th spot. Byron actually did lose that spot to Buescher and is currently a half second above Truex, so still has a gap. What is the new Elite Premium diecast by Lionel? Well, as an official diecast dealer, let me tell you a little insight. There we go. I gotta get up. There's the camera. I don't know yet, so we'll see. I'm excited to find out. I hope. Fingers crossed it's some better detail. But I swear if they say, oh, we're going to bring back tethers and hood hinges and all these fun details, and then they're like, price is $300. No, sorry. Like, it has to be a reasonable price, you know? So we'll see. I'm curious. I'm definitely interested. But like I said, if the price is way too high, no, I ain't touching it. Blaney's Pocono win. I have it signed by him and his crew. Oh, that's awesome. That is a really cool car. Funny story. So my sister has Blaney's first win. She got that car actually in ARC for her collection. And then she started collecting Elites because of the change in 2018. So that was her one ARC, or one of the only ARCs next to Truex Chicago. So I eventually found the dual autograph on Facebook, bought it, and then I had 2 Elites. So I gave her my non-autographed. She took it to Kansas and got it signed by Blaney. So she's got a cool... All her Blaney cards have been signed in person, including the dual win that she sold a couple years ago, or a year ago. So, she's kind of downsizing. Doesn't want too many cars. But she does have every Gregson win still. $299. Ooh. We'll see. I don't know what the details are. If that's the details, okay, cool. But, ooh, that's a lot of money, dude. The detail better be really good if you're going to charge $299 a car. Like, That's ludicrous. I mean, that's insane. Ugh. That's going to be a tough sell. I'm not going to lie. That's going to be tough. 2019 Stuart Haas Din 1 from the Lionel giveaway. Oh, that's cool. Lionel never gives me anything. I do want to go to one of the member things some year at one of the tracks. I'd love to go see that. By the way, Larson and Blaney have been battling this entire time, and it's incredibly uninteresting. Didn't I think Harvick recognized me one time? No, I think... So what happened was I was trying to get my 2018 Kansas win signed in Kansas, and I was wearing a Chase Elliott shirt maybe. I wasn't wearing a Harvick shirt. And I don't know if he recognized me or just saw the shirt and decided, I ain't signing for that guy. But I mean, he skipped me 3 to 4 times, and then by the time he did finally sign, he just signed it in black marker on the roof. So it was a little disappointing from the standpoint of like, dude, seriously, like, you know, not everybody that collects your diecast has to be your fan. Like, that's just my opinion on it. But I got to meet him at Bristol this year, and he was fine. But I also have learned if I'm going to a driver appearance, whether it's Joey or Kevin or whoever, I wear alternate series gear. So typically the appearances are on Saturdays or Fridays, so I wear Brett Moffitt gear to those. And therefore, it's kind of like, hey, he ain't in the Cup Series, so you don't know who my favorite Cup Series guy is. So it kind of works that way. Oh, Blaney's still looking high. He ain't getting there. It's not getting there yet. Oh, we got what do we got going on here? We got trouble. Austin Cindric does get to pit road, but he is bouncing. Something in that right rear is broken. Right rear broken on Austin Cindric. That car's got a weird paint scheme on it. Something's different. That car has too much white on the nose. What did he do? Did he get loose? Yeah, I got loose coming out of 3 and 4 and smoked the wall. Looks like he broke a toe link. So Austin Cindric on pit road. $4.99 for 2 days for Martinsville, and they gave 2 Noah Protos away. Yeah, but I think that includes hotels and tickets, or at least the tickets for the race. So there's other benefits involved. There's food. There's obviously a suite. So, like, it's not something I want to do a lot, but it is something I'll do once, for sure. Meanwhile, Truex looking at the bottom of Byron. He's trying to take the 4th spot from William. So Truex down at the bottom. So we may have that. Oh, wow. He is way up the track. So Byron ran the way top of the track that time by. I need Byron or Larson. I think I'm going to root for Larson. Truex does get by. I think I got to root for Larson, and it's only because I like Larson more a little bit, and there's the money part. Like, I'm going to win about the same amount of money on both of them, but I don't know. Something about William Byron, you know, 1-time Cup champion, and Kyle Larson, 2-time Cup champion. I think Kyle Larson's resume fits a 2-time Cup champion better than William Byron's fits a 1-time Cup champion. Just my opinion. Okay, so about 1.25 seconds separates our whole championship bottle. Yeah, I know Harvick's tough to deal with. I do know for sure. Like, I've seen him a few times enough to know, like, yeah, he can be a problem. But what I am happy about, I got all the key cars I wanted signed this year at Bristol. I got his I have three cars I think I've seen him win in, and I got all 3 of them signed on the windshield in silver. They all look good. I'm good. I'm happy. Like, if he ever, I know if he ever came back and had a signing at a race shop during a fan week and I happened to be there, I'd bring the Homestead. I'd bring a couple other really cool cars to get signed, but like a Daytona 500 car. Like, I'd bring very marquee cars, but other than that, like, if I never got another Kevin Harvick autograph, I'd be okay. Next big one for me is Kurt Busch. I want to get that Kansas win signed by Kurt. Because right now I have all my race wins signed in person up to Kyle Busch's 2021 Kansas car. So I need Kyle Busch, a couple Larsons. I need Bubba, Ricky Stenhouse, Chris Buescher, Joey Logano. I think I got that one. So, and then Kurt Busch. So I got a few left. Went to Martinsville in 21, like $70 or $80 per ticket, 3 of us. Plus food and a hat. Yeah, so that's not that. I'm talking, when I say that much for tickets, I'm talking the Lionel members experience. So if you're a member of it, I think you get like You get to sit in a suite. They do giveaways. You get like a prototype car, which is pretty cool. And, you know, there's food and just overall it's a fun experience. They kind of are treating people to a fun time. So I'd do it once, but I don't think it's a yearly thing. Like if they did it at Iowa next year, I'm going to the race like a normal fan at Iowa. I might do the experience at a track more like Vegas. You know, a place that's, it is what it is. Any in-person races that I still don't have? Nope. I have got them as soon as they came out, basically since 2017. So I have every race I've seen in person, minus, of course, the ones from this year that haven't showed up yet. So still waiting on, you know, Denny's, Michael McDowell, Denny's Bristol win, and Tyler Reddick's Kansas win, and I think those are the 4 I need. Ooh, is that Joey? Joey has an issue. What's going on with these Penske cars? That's 2 of them now that have hit the wall. I don't know. He may have just overstepped his bounds, but that was legit contact. Did he wall himself or did he get walled? I couldn't quite tell. Martinsville's where they give the most away. Probably I'll do it at Martinsville then. But yeah, I'd love to do it, see it and try it once. But it is expensive, so it's not something I do a lot. It's kind of like hot passes. I had a chance to get them a couple years ago. They weren't too badly priced. I think it was like $200 for Xfinity hot passes at Bristol. And so I did it because, for those of you who don't know, at Bristol, the garage is the infield, and the Cup and Xfinity garage is literally in the same place. So if you have Xfinity hot passes, you can kind of walk right through the Cup garage and nobody cares. So the biggest thing is, for me, I didn't want to bring a ton of cars down there. I didn't want to be chasing autographs all day. I kind of wanted to walk around, take pictures, see the haulers, and I thought I had a lot more fun doing that. So as much as I enjoy autograph chasing, it can be fun. I have definitely enjoyed just taking in the race a lot more. So I'll still hunt a little autograph here or there from appearances and stuff, but that I don't want to haul cars all over the racetrack like I did. It's just a lot of damage can happen to your cars too. Like I haven't had too bad an issue, but it's something that I just like to be able to enjoy the race and not have to worry about it. So I'm gonna look at some lap times. Looks like Harvick's starting to close in on Chastain. Byron Larson and Blaney are all still running the same lap time. Blaney is trying to get by Larson though, so I think Blaney's faster, but he's got to get by him first. I should probably look up what's our most recent score. Yeah, Bell Blue Rotor, he's done, so we knew that. Good. CJ Stroud, 470 yards and 5 touchdowns. Well done. Good grief. That's incredible. What a game from CJ Stroud. Houston, you got a good one on you. Every single race win that I pre-ordered because I went to the race days at retail, and the ones I don't pre-order go up in price like $150 to $650 literally every time. Yep, I learned that lesson early too, because the first car I wanted to get was Harvick's Outback Kansas win. That was the first non-custom I could actually get, and I got it a half year later, and it was like was still, I think, $100, $110. I'm like, this thing only went up in the last 5 months. I'll just get it so I don't have to worry about it. And then after that, Truex's Chicago win, pretty expensive. Harvick's Kansas win is not too bad, but Busch's Chicago win's expensive. The other ones are customs, but like, yeah, race wins go up. Elliott's Kansas is really expensive. So what I have noticed though, and this is why I like dealing in the race wins, is like they aged nicely. So 5 years later, if I still have a bunch of these cars here and they just haven't sold yet, people are still looking for them. So that's why I like those more than the standard paint schemes, because I find that 5 years later, people still look for the raced wins, but they don't look for the regular paint schemes as much. So I don't have to worry about having walls of cars, because even 5 years later, somebody will still be looking for some of them. So that's better than, like, you know, right now nobody wants a 2021 Chase Elliott Standard Finish Elite. Nobody wants it. Like, it's kind of just an irrelevant car. But his 2021 Road America win, it's not super desirable yet. It's still a little, it's not old enough, but go back 2018. You look for Elliott's Kansas, Dover, or Watkins Glen win from 2018. They're all really expensive. You can't find them. So that's kind of where I've landed, is that, you know what, give it about 5 years, maybe 4 or 5 years, but give it a little time, and those cars typically tend to be harder to find, and so you can still get rid of them. So that's why I've chosen the race win path a little bit more. Also memories. I love the raced versions. They're just super cool to see the raced version on the cars. Ooh, we got a battle for second. Busher looking under Harvick. Is he going to get it? Looks like he's going to get it. He's clear out of turn 2. Down the backstretch. Unless Busher's going to royally screw up this corner, he should have the spot on the monitor here. No, he got it. Chris Buescher to second. Maybe a Ford day out here. Blaney has gotten by Larson. He's now looking to try and get by Byron. Still about 20 or 32 laps to go in the stage. Blaney, if he can put a few cars between himself and William Byron, I think he's got a good shot to go out and still stay ahead of him during the pit stop, but he's got to get ahead of him. All right, Bears lose. That's not surprising. Commanders beat the Patriots. I'm not super surprised. Seahawks got stomped by the Ravens. Holy moly. Texans beat the Bucks. Thank you, Texans. Browns beat the Cardinals. Kind of an irrelevant game. Raiders are beating the Giants. Oh, God, Giants. And it's 7-7, Cowboys and Eagles. Any other games I missed? Nope, everything else looks good. Most of his wins post-2019 are not worth much. Yes, but most wins from post-2019 are not worth much. So, give it another couple years and they might be that, and maybe they're not, but at least they typically are, they don't get super cheap. Like, you know, where you're selling a car for like pennies on the dollar, you know? Like, it doesn't typically get that bad. So, that's why I kind of chose that as a business option, because, and I say business, it's a hobby. This is my hobby, but I also need to, you know, watch the financials of it because I have to make it worth all the time. So, I forgot to shout out, I think it was Nick. I gotta go back up. Who sent the super chat? Because I saw it and I forgot to shout him out. Super chats. Here we go. Nicholas Gray. I forgot to shout you out. Thank you for the super chat, dude. I saw it. I read it, and I didn't bother to, or I forgot to mention it was a super chat. So again, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Back to live chat. There we go. I have to like switch the standings. Harvick's falling back a little bit. I wonder if he's got a problem, because he's noticeably off the pace. Like half a second or more. That's not normal to fall off that significantly, so he may have an issue. 28 to go. Just got to make it back around to the end of the stage here. Well, welcome in, Noah. Someone dubbed, take a look at what he did over Bell sliding along the wall. Oh, poor Bell. The Happy from 2002 is like $7 to $10. Yeah. No, that's a perfect example. Like, race wins from way back then are really cheap. But right now, especially like COT wins, those are not cheap. You know, I've got a Kyle Busch Indiana Jones Darlington win. It's a cool car. That sucker's like a $350 car or more. Like, it's crazy how high priced some of those cars are. So it really does depend. It varies a lot, but typically, at least 5 years later, they still at least hold decent value, and a lot of times stuff has gone up. So, I don't know. I'd have to look back here. A lot of my stuff, I didn't start doing this till 2021. So, I won't really know until later. Dale Jr.'s Kansas win is a gem. Has a boatload made. Boost? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like, Dale Jr. never won at Kansas. Elliott's Kansas win. Maybe. but I'm not sure. Blaney is closing in on Byron, by the way. 25 to go in the stage. Want the 2008 Sonoma? Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm actually on the stage of trying to clear down or get a few less cars in here than a few more. I really want a Coke 600 Martin Truex. Oh, they're both good. Both those cars are pretty cool. The ARC is about 250. Yeah, that Sonoma car is pretty rare. That's only made in ARC. There were no Elites made either. Actually, now that I said that, I had mentioned a certain car, so I'm going to get that certain car in the screen. That is the Kyle Busch Darlington win, but it's the Indiana Jones paint scheme. It's very, I don't know if it's super popular, but I know that this car is a very hard car to find. So, I just realized it was right next to me, so I decided to pull it right off the shelf. And slide it right back on. Someday when I get my real streaming setup, I'm really excited because I'm going to have all my cars in like a case or a shelf that I can easily access. So when somebody says, hey, I want to see this car in your collection, I can just go walk on over, pop open a door, pull the car out, walk it up to the camera, and have it. But like right now, if somebody said, oh, Michigan. Okay, there we go. Michigan. I can get that one too. Where is it? There it is. Give me a second. Nope, that's not it. That's it. I got to show this one off because I'm really proud of this. I assume this is the one you're talking about. This is Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s Michigan win from 2012. The Dark Knight Rises. Chris Buescher. Okay, it looked like he might have gotten the wall. He's good. But I have it signed by Steve Letarte on the back and Dale Jr. on the front. I actually bought this like this. Like, I bought this car double signed for like $150 last year, and I am super proud of it. Super proud. My Grail is Casey Kane Red Bull car because I saw it at KKR. Dude, the Red Bull car is a Grail. The Red Bull Elite is a unicorn. I do have one because I'm a huge Kane fan, so naturally I was all over it. But, yeah, I do have that one in Elite, and I'm very proud of that. Let's see. Dark Knight Elite is about 200 now. The Dark Knight race win or the Dark Knight? Because I think Dark Knight is 200. I think the race win's like 250. But I got this one for under 200, and it was dual autographed. So I was pretty happy with that. I might. I believe. I know my system well enough to know where my cards are, but I want to see if I can reach it. I'm going to see if I can reach it here. What is this? Oh, VHS tapes. Pirated movies from online back in the day. It might be harder to get to than I thought. Yeah, I think it's down below. Yeah, I can't quite reach it. That's the bin it's in, but it's all the way at the bottom. I ain't digging it all the way out. It's hard to get to. Yeah, I'm grabbing diecast and bringing them up to camera. That just shows how great this racing is. It's top of the line stuff, guys. Ugh. Seriously, why do we go to Phoenix every year? Phoenix is such a bad race. I shouldn't say it's not a bad racetrack. It's just not a good racetrack, you know? We should be going to good racetracks, not bad racetracks. Got a text. I wonder what that's about. That's cool. All right. I'm gonna grab another car off a shelf here. You know what? How many? I got 18 of you in here. I'm gonna do this again. I've shouted this out like 3 times. I'm gonna shout it out again because I made a post and I just need to shout out how incredibly awesome this was. This here. Oh, I gotta put it lower. There we go. This was a gift from Florida Denny fan. Just randomly sent it. And ooh, who is that? I think Brad just got into somebody. But this was an incredible gift. I appreciate that so much. Like I said, I posted it once, but I have to show that thing off. That is such a that means so much to me, and I keep seeing it every time I look to my right because I haven't got my frame ready yet. But that thing is super special. 2016 Daytona 500 is the other Grail. Ooh, it's back there. What was the other one? Somebody said 2015 Homestead is an absolute Grail. Yeah. Yeah, you'll never find the elites of that Kane car. They are really hard to find. I definitely probably overpaid for mine, but I also knew that I probably wasn't going to find another one. Let's see. Here we go. I was trying to grab the car that somebody was asking about. And this car, I don't know if you know, I'm on a slanted floor, so I actually roll down into the drain, and I have to roll up back to the desk. So, all right, so I'm going to show off 2 cars. This is like kind of a I want to say random. It's semi-random because it was a car that I typically just get raced versions, right? Like I normally don't get a bunch of different types of versions of cars or anything. But this was a car I got because I thought it looked incredible. And this is Jeff Gordon's final race version in color chrome. And the color chrome in 2015 was super sharp. And so, yeah, oops, I got to go this way. There we go, that levels it out. So this way, no, there we go. Trying to get it close, but I'm trying to make sure you guys can see it. But yeah, this is the Elite color chrome of that Jeff Gordon final start car. Looks incredible. I normally don't get color chrome cars. This is one where I was just like, dang, like this car's cool. Also, event pin. So I'm gonna put that one back. But yeah, I figured I had to show that one off real quick. Meanwhile, by the way, lead change. Kind of uneventful, but it was during side-by-side, so great. But the 38 sort of slid up in front of the 1, cost him his momentum. 17 went around on the bottom, and that was kind of it. Once he got to the bottom, he was able to pull a slider and go right up in front, and that's all she wrote. All right, the other car I was going to pull out here. Wish they made that raced version. Me too, man. I wish they made that Phoenix raced version. I have a custom, so the good news is I did get that, but I do wish they made that. And then this is the other Grail. This is that Kyle Busch Homestead win from 2015. I've debated if I want this car signed or not. I'm kind of just balanced on maybe not at the moment because I have other Kyle Busch cars I'd rather have signed, but it is a really cool car. Oh, Corey LaJoy just got loose on that one. Okay. So Buescher goes to the lead. Oh, I just rolled down into the drain again. Okay. Oop. No, I'm centered. Sorry. I have trouble staying in the center here. There. All right. Byron and Blaney and Larson are just still in a 3-car train. Want to play tic-tac-toe? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, you got to be ready to pay 500 to 300 of them Red Bull Elites. You got to be ready to pay up when they become available because they don't become available very often. So you do kind of have to jump on them when you can. Yes, Diehard did sell me the Denny Elite. He also sold me for the Logano Elite for the Daytona 500. So he sold me a few Elites Grails. I think Joey Logano. It wasn't autographed, but you sold me the Joey Logano All-Star car. I did get that signed at Bristol this year, I think. Have I ever seen the Color Chrome Dale Senior Wrangler Goose? No. Nope. It's a lot of the older cars I don't follow much because, again, my collection typically follows my own memory. So anything pre-2004 is irrelevant to me. Like, here's a cool car from 1985 or something. It's like, I don't care. Even 1999, don't care. Like, it doesn't matter to me because I don't, if I don't have the memory with it, it doesn't matter to me. It really doesn't. It's kind of that way with the Bill Elliott cars, like a Bill Elliott Thunderbird. It's like, it's a cool car. I've had one, but I didn't see it race on racetrack, so I don't really care, you know? I wonder what car I'm adding into my collection, by the way. Because I have all the race champions in 1/64th. So I'll be either adding a Ryan Blaney car. I hope it's... Do I hope it's Larson? I don't know. I don't know who I want it to be. I don't care. Let's just wait it out and see. What if it was a Kane dirt car from before 04? No. Even they actually did make one. It says 2002. I don't even know what year it is. It's a Speed Racer car. Number 23 Speed Racer sprint car. I don't have it, and I don't really care because I never saw it. So all the Casey Kane cars I have are post number 9, so when he became the 9. But anything pre-2004, I don't typically have anything. Even his 2003 Busch car, I don't have. When I see Noah at Iowa, I might get him to sign the Switch Proto. I tell you what, you tell Noah you got a Switch Proto, he'll make sure he signs it. That's how good Noah is. And you know that. Like, Noah's awesome. So you just simply shout out, hey, Noah, I got a prototype car I want you to sign. He will literally go find you because he knows how much those mean. What is Truex blocking Blaney for? Like, what are you doing? It's weird. What are you blocking for? Oh, that's weird, dude. I'm 23. Parents were junior and senior fans, but I like the history. Oh, that's for sure. Like, there's definitely historical cars. But that's kind of just one where it's like, to me, I personally have never invested further back. So, glad I got the Richmond Elite. Richmond. Are you talking Hamlin or are you talking Larson? Or Busher? I don't know which Richmond. Lionel accidentally sent me 2 Christmas calendars. I'm not shocked. I actually haven't opened mine yet. I think I'm going to wait till Christmas on that. But I've also debated if I just don't. Because I have realized a lot of people already did them. And for those who don't know what's in it, I'll show you. Because it's not going to be on video. This is the box that the calendar comes in. So this is when you see a box like this. This is your Lionel Advent calendar. Artwork-wise, looks like that. Oops, back that this way. So there you see the artwork. And it just has some different 164s on there and stuff. I actually like to pull it out. We'll flip it to the back. And if you look on the back, on the back, there's a bunch of lettering up here. And that tells you exactly what cars there are. So it's Chris Buescher's Roval win with confetti on the window. Barry's Bass Pro, Buescher 17 Fifth Third Bank, Legacy Motor Club Test Car, number 4 Ream, number 9 Kelly Blue Book, Trackhouse Various, I think it's the one from the last race, AJ Allmendinger Roval with confetti, and then the cool one is the Cole Custer Haas Automation because they didn't make that car. And I don't think they made Deegan's number 1 truck either. By the way, Chris Buescher just won the stage, but it was completely irrelevant to me. So that's the end of the stage. Byron 4th, Truex 5th, Blaney 6th, Larson 7th. But yeah, you can see you pretty much just, does this pop open? Yeah, it does. So the way it works is this pops open, I believe. I don't remember, did I cut these? No, I didn't. So there's actually glue or stickers in here that hold these sealed, but this actually pops open, and then you peel back the little things and you get the car out. So it's a cool concept. I actually really like the way they chose to do it. I hope they do more of these every year because they are a really neat way to add some of the cars that maybe don't get made for DNP purposes, give them out in mass retail and people will buy them. And so that's a cool concept I really like because like Cole Custer's car didn't get made, but they put it in this and it got made. So I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. He loves collectors almost more than regular fans. He just likes his fans. He likes all of his fans. You know, if you're signing a koozie or a car, he doesn't care. He knows. He's a guy that grew up outside the sport. He didn't grow up in it, so he understands the fans' perspective and he understands how valuable those fans are. And he does a good job. Yeah, you're Hocevar 14th. I mean, that's a good run. Like, well done, Carson Hocevar, getting up into the top 15. Like, that's a pretty solid run right now. Elliott 21st. Ugh. Time to part ways with Gustafson, man. I think you just said you were gonna... Who are we talking about? We're talking about Noah. Noah's incredible with fans. He's awesome. Yeah, he said something about cards. I actually got a couple handfuls of cards at Daytona. Look like that. Guy was just handing them out. But yeah, I got a couple Noahs. There's this is kind of the coolest one. Noah Switch card. We'll get it here. There. Nope. There. So Noah Switch card. I thought that one was pretty cool. Another black rifle car. Yeah, these are the same. I don't know, these Prism cards, they just look pretty cool. So a lot of shiny on them and stuff. What else was there? This is another Noah Switch card. That's from the 2019 season, I believe. 2020 maybe. And then, yeah, I think there's a bunch of Noahs in there. But then there's a Blaney, and there's some other ones. So the cards are pretty cool. I just don't know what you do with them. You kind of have to put them with something, you know, like a die cast or in a case or something, because I just don't collect cards that much. So, nor do I want to start. Die casts are enough for me to deal with. I don't need more. Die casts is plenty. I don't need to deal with more. But yeah, I got a few. Like a Ricky Stenhouse card and just a number of them. Not sure what I'm going to do with them, but they were there from Daytona, so I kept them in a bag, and there they are. How fast would you put the next gen car without the restrictor plate? How fast would it go? If they had all the horsepower in it, they'd be the fastest cars NASCAR's ever driven. Because of the wide tires, they have way too much, or not too much, but they have a lot of grip. So yeah, if they opened up the motors, they'd be really, really fast. But that also means when they crash, they're going to hit really, really hard. All right, I think they're coming to pit road this time. Busher will lead them down. My friend went to this year's Winchester 400, got Noah's tire rim, and Noah signed it for him. That's awesome. Yeah, like I said, Noah's awesome. That's why I hated what happened to him. I thought the way that he was treated over that incident was just unnecessary. I don't like to see bad things happen to good guys like that. He's a good kid. He's really, really good to all the fans, and I really hate... I just really hate the way that unfolded for him. Blaney with a rocket of a stop. He's going to beat out everybody. I shouldn't say everybody. He's going to beat out Busher. Going to be just behind Truex. Trying to see. Give us the exit of pit road here. Byron to the left side. Byron drops the jack. Oh, Byron's going to come out second. 2 spots gained. Blaney gained 1. Larson gained 3. Harvick lost 3 spots. Dude, Creed got hosed. Now, here's what I'll say, and this drives me nuts a little bit. Creed got spun on some road courses this year, and everyone was like, that's just terrible luck. Why is everyone racing him like that? Look, I watched those road course races, and I knew Sheldon Creed was going to get spun because he was blocking really, really hard. That's why the guy was staying behind him for 10 laps. He was right on Creed's tail for 10 laps. Why? Because he's blocking. And the end result of blocking over an extended amount of time typically is you get spun. And that's what happened. And so I'm sorry, like Creed, yes, he can be upset that he got spun, sure, a little bit, but you also got to look back and go, he was faster than me. He literally poked his nose how many times inside, and I kept cutting him off, and eventually he was just going to spin me. That's what happens. Like, you got to be faster if you're going to block that much. And when he blocked too much, you get spun. So... he definitely still had bad luck. Don't get me wrong. He had some bad luck this year, but there's some of it that looks like bad luck, and it's actually just, instead of letting a guy go and finishing second, you chose to block, and you got spun. Yeah, Noah was originally going to be in the 1, and then I think Annette wanted the 1. And so then they gave him the 1, moved the 5 to the 8, and then brought in the 9, or kept the 9 and let Noah in that car. Yeah, honestly, I don't know why people hate Noah on the YouTube side. I think a lot of it just comes down to what was trendy. It's very easy to be like, how dare he do this? But it's also easy to be like, hey, wait a minute. That you can accidentally like stuff on Instagram. I probably have. I haven't looked, but... I kind of understood that, like, if somebody likes something on Instagram, I don't know why they liked it or even if they intended to like it. So I'm not going to judge their character off it, you know? I think that's just weird. Guys, we are I shouldn't say two. We are 2 stages in to the championship race. And it just sort of feels dull, doesn't it? Dull and a little bit boring. Final race of the season. And everything's just sort of meh. This format sucks. I'll say it again. This format sucks. Oh, dude, I was gutted for Enfinger. He deserved that title. And especially the way it got taken from him, man. That sucked. Expectations for Josh Berry in the 4 car next year. If he gets a win, great. If he makes the playoffs, great. But if he finishes top 20, I think that'll be kind of... mission accomplished. That's about it. Oh yeah, it was the thing about tried to kiss the trophy girl. I remember that. I thought that was weird because yeah, it was he was trying to be old school. Like I don't know. It's one of them things where I'm just sort of like I get what he was trying to do. The dude's 18 and he's trying to be like, "Hey, look, I'm just like the old school guys." And it just seemed like such an overreaction. Like, "Oh, he needs to go to therapy and do all these things." I'm like, "Dude, seriously? Like really? We're really going to go there? Like that's what we want to act like? Seriously?" Dark humor is not to be judged, to be honest. People that say, "Oh, you can't joke about this, you can't joke about that." Yeah, you can. You can joke about anything. Not just can you joke about anything, you can joke about anything at any time. And when people say, "Oh, it's too soon," no, it's not. It's never too soon. Humor is literally like making people laugh to help them get through their day and their year, and it's laughter is a positive for humanity. So, whether you're laughing for a quote unquote good reason or a bad reason, I don't care. Like I just know that when people smile, I typically don't see them punching people while smiling. You know, that's for angry people, not happy people. No, we'll do better than Barry. It all depends on the crew chief, to be honest. I hope he runs Xfinity though. That's the biggest thing. Is I hope Noah runs a lot of Xfinity next year. I want him as getting lots of laps. I want him just racing race cars as much as he can. Trucks, Xfinity Cup, I don't care. Run everything as much as possible. Ooh, we got a good restart on the bottom. Chastain's going to be clear with the lead. Truex is going to be almost clear with second. And if Truex slides up, Blaney's going to be right there inside Byron for the second spot. Now, Byron does slide it high off the corner. Byron still alongside for second at the moment. Blaney to fourth, though. So Blaney got back around Kyle Larson. Let's see here what the battle looks like for the third spot. Blaney will hold fourth. Meanwhile, still side by side for the lead, side drafting as they go down the front stretch. Off into 1 and 2. Truex low, Byron high. Byron sends it down in there on the low end. Tries to get a good downshift. Truex is still there, but is it enough? No, he will clear. So Byron is out front to start the final run. He is second. Truex third. Blaney fourth. Larson fifth. Harvick in sixth. And if you're Kevin Harvick, do you have time to catch Ross Chastain and go win this race? Yeah, no on Saturdays was fun to watch. I hope I have a decent rooting interest into next year. Good Lord, where is Elliott running? 19th? Ugh. This season can't end fast enough for him. Holy moly. All right, well, we're going to run single file for about 25 laps till the tires heat up, so I'm going to take a nap. I'll be back later. Yeah. Harvick looking on the inside of Larson. Does he have enough? Not quite. Let's go here. Score update. Colts lead the Panthers 13-3. Giants trailing the Raiders 14-0. And the Cowboys lead the Eagles 14-7. But the Eagles have first and goal on the Giants' 10-yard line. Eagles have first and 10 on the Cowboys' 10-yard line. Do I think Moffitt goes back to trucks? I don't know. I think if it's for front row, yes, he might do it. Anyone else? I don't think so. I think he wants to run full-time in a truck or Xfinity car. He wants to run full-time in a championship-winning car, truck, whatever. And then he'll gladly run part-time in something that's maybe not quite as good. But I think he wants to collect trophies and he wants to win championships. And I don't think AM is quite there yet, but I don't think he'd be unwilling to run their car. So if he runs front row truck full time, he might still run most of the season for AM too. Yeah, I saw Noah suspended and I had to go look it up and everything, and I went to see what it was, and all I saw was everyone making statements, "Oh, we disown or we don't encourage this, blah blah blah," and I'm like, what happened here? So I go in and look and I'm like, seriously? A reporter dug into his history just to find an old tweet or an old Instagram like? Like, that seems like it was a bit excessive. Like, why are you digging through a guy's history 6 months to try and find something? It was so weird. Carson outrunning Chase? Yeah. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, Chase is just bad right now, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know why he's so bad this year, really. The speed is bad, you know? Even Bowman's starting to make his way forward. Bowman's up to 18th. Good Lord. I just don't understand how Hendrick as an organization can have two cars unload so much slower than the other two. Like, why is the 48 unloading, or the 48 and the 9 are unloading like 5/10 off the other two? Why is that happening? You know, Joe Gibbs doesn't have that. You know, yes, on the championship weekend maybe, but usually if one Joe Gibbs car is first, the other one's third, the other one's fifth, and the other one's eighth. Like, they're all good. You just don't typically see it where they're just all running way out back. It's very weird to see two teammates be really slow and two be really fast. Grant and Finger most talked about for the 38. That'd be an interesting combination. I wouldn't mind it. I think they'd be pretty good, too. Eric Almirola, possibly in his last full-time stint, touching on him while he runs 13th. Not a bad run for Eric today. But like I said, he called Brandon Jones an F-slur back in 2020. It's a joke and wasn't suspended. Nor should he be. If it's a joke and Brandon Jones is in on the joke, I don't think it matters. Yeah, I don't know if Elliott's having a 2009 year or what the deal is. Like, this just seems like... It just seems like it's time for a change on top of the pit box, you know? Like, it's run its course. Like, yes, they had success almost despite Alan Gustafson, because we all saw how fast those Hendrick cars were in 2021, and then you realize Alan Gustafson gave a lot of races away in 2020. They could have won 10 races in 2020, and they only won 5. Like, why did they only win 5? And then you kind of look back and you're like, oh, hold on, he gives away more races than he wins. So that's kind of where I came from on that. We're under a side-by-side commercial break at the moment. Harvick is in 6th, so trying to keep track of his progress as he tries to climb forward. All right, Eagles have tied it up at 14 apiece. 105 laps to go still. Oh, boy. Wonder how Elliott would do without Alan G. I wonder what Alan G would look like without elite drivers. Because he's had elite drivers his entire career. Except, here's the big exception, except Casey Mears, 2008. And it was a horrendous season. Horrendous. Remember, Alan Gustafson had Kyle Busch in 2007. They won 2 races, maybe 1. I think it was 2. I think they won 1 or 2 races. Kyle Busch went to Joe Gibbs and won 8. 8 races. Who else did Alan Gustafson have? He had Gordon. Gordon definitely underachieved in terms of the wins. He ran really well. He only got, I think, like 7 wins with Gustafson. Most wins Gustafson has ever had in a season is 5. That's the most wins he's ever had in a season, with the talent of Kyle Busch, Jeff Gordon, Mark Martin, and Chase Elliott. Like, that's talent, and the most wins you've ever had in a season is 5. Not a bad number, not a great number. Like, even Steve Addington has a 8-win season with Kyle Busch, you know? Let's see here. Good Lord, Daniel Jones is terrible. Steve Letarte should come back. Not sure about that. Oh, Blaney's got to run, guys. Here comes Ryan Blaney looking at the bottom of William Byron. 3 and 4. Byron slides up the track. Blaney back in the gas, side by side as they exit the corner. Blaney now going to have the side draft into 3 and 4, or 1 and 2. So off into 1 and 2 they go. Blaney sends it down in there. Byron sends it down in there. Blaney going to have plenty of grip. He's going to get clear coming out of the corner. Ryan Blaney now to the front of the playoff cars. And with 100 laps to go, he may be able to drive away and cost me $100. Thanks, Blaney. Thanks, Blaney. No, I'll take it. We'll see. Yeah, Blaney driving away now. So Blaney has taken the spot. He's starting to move away. Yeah, 50s Mark Martin, yes, but you got to remember, the reason I point those things out, especially Kyle Busch 1 year later won 8 races. Not 10 years later, 1 season later, he won 8 races. So Casey Mears was not good. I understand that. But my point of the Alan Gustafson thing was like, Kyle Busch, 1 year after going from Alan Gustafson to someone else, won 8 races. Mark Martin did win those 5 races, and then I don't know how they did in the playoffs. I don't think they did all that well, but that was a good Mark Martin. I mean, he was still running really well. Jeff Gordon, 2014 is a perfect example. That car was fast in 2014. He only got 4 wins. He only had 4 wins in 2014. He should have had like 7 or 8. He was so fast in 2014. For him to only have 4 wins was kind of not a good look. Like, he should have been better than that. So yeah, that's why I point out. It's just there's a lot of that. AG might be frustrating, but he's no Keith Rodden or Lance McGrew. For sure. Like, the problem is, are you willing to stay put at Alan Gustafson? Or do you try to look for the next Cliff Daniels, the Rudy Fugle, the Cole Pern? Because the problem is he's about a 5th to 10th placed crew chief, I would say. And you're going to run 5th to 10th. And you're not going to be up front enough to win, and he doesn't use the strategy enough to win either. That's the other key. You may not have the fastest car, but if you use the strategy, which, by the way, I expect Cliff Daniels to use strategy coming up here. So, stage, we're 31 in, so we're 31, 100 to go. I wouldn't be surprised if he, I think, a 2-stop it. No, there's not enough tire fall off for a 2-stopper. So, I would not be shocked if Larson pits a little bit early and tries to jump the front 2 and then just simply get lucky on a late race yellow. Where he says, hey, I'll pit when I hit my fuel window, which might be 10 to 15 laps sooner than everyone else. But my goal is not to win the race on that strategy. My goal is, hey, if the caution comes out with 30 to go, I'm still in the lead. So I expect that kind of strategy out of Larson if he's running not as well. He did that strategy at Pocono. He almost won Pocono on strategy until Denny fenced him. But still, like, that's the type of thing. What do you think of Chris Gabehart? Top tier crew chief. Top tier. Chris Gabehart is a top tier crew chief. What he and Denny Hamlin are capable of, the only problem I see with him, a little bit of a strategy, I don't say blunder, but they have their hiccups. And then that's about it, honestly. I think that's a great combination. But I think if Chris Gabehart went with Chase, it'd be better. Let's see here. Yeah, I thought Greg Ives was pretty bad. No, I don't think so. See, you got to remember, Greg Ives won 3 races with Junior at, I guess they were restrictor plate tracks, so not really. But Greg Ives, I think, didn't have a top-tier version of Dale Jr. either. So in 2016, Hendrick wasn't great. Like, 2016, you got to remember, Jimmy Johnson won the championship, but they didn't run very well all season. They just kind of got hot late. But 2016, Hendrick as a whole wasn't great. He still ran okay. 2017, Junior was hurt, and then he had Alex Bowman. And, I mean, look at Alex Bowman. Like, I'm not convinced he's Cup material still. I know he's got some wins, but I haven't seen Alex Bowman dominate a race since 2020 Auto Club. Every other race, he's sort of just snuck in and stolen a win. Good for him to steal the win, but I'm not convinced yet, By the way, Ryan Blaney has found his way all the way to the lead. So he's not just looking to run away with it. He's running to go get the win and just drive off and leave the field. Randall Burnett. Randall Burnett is just off A tier. I would say he is not on the same level as Chris Gabehart, but he is above Alan Gustafson. But I do think Randall Burnett is very good. Best current crew chief? I gotta go probably Cliff Daniels. It's gotta be Cliff Daniels. Now, he has probably the most talented driver to work with, for sure. But what he's able to do for Kyle when he doesn't have a car that can win, and the strategies and different methods and things he'll pull to try and help, steal some track position, I think Cliff Daniels might be one of the best crew chiefs in the garage. Also, whoever the crew chief for the 34 is, good grief, he uses strategy really well. Hey, Nicholas, thanks for the super chat. Notice Truex up front. Yeah, Truex finally having his first good run of the playoffs. Took him a little too long, but has a great run going today. Oh, that's right. Junior got hurt in 2016, not 2017. So yeah, I don't know if Greg Ives had the most fair shot as far as being able to really tell. He did win a championship with a rookie version of Chase Elliott in Xfinity, but that is Xfinity, so he might be a Jason Radcliffe style crew chief where he's capable of winning races, but he may not be that top echelon. He didn't sneak or steal 2019 Chicago or 2021 Martinsville, 2021 Dover. 2021 Dover, yes, he did. It's not because he led the laps. 2021 Dover, whoever got off pit road first won the race, and it was him. Kyle Larson dominated that race until Alex Bowman got him off pit road. And then it was 1, 2, 3, 4 in a single file line the rest of the race. So, yes, he still had to drive it. I'm not saying he didn't. But Pocono literally got beat by his teammate, and the teammate blew a tire. Martinsville, he literally dumped Denny. There's perfect examples of that type of stuff. So, like I said, it's not that I think Alex Bowman is bad. I'm just not sold yet. And I think last year and this year prove it to some degree, where it's like, I'm just not sure. What about Bubba's crew chief? I'd actually put him below Alan Gustafson, honestly. They make bad pit calls, and the cars have lost speed at times where they get worse throughout the race. I'd like to see Larson go and beat Tanner... What? Oh, go into Rallycross. Yeah, that'd be cool. Blaney looking for the lead on Chastain. We're under side-by-side, so we're going to miss this too, apparently. If Harvick goes out 6th, he will break a record of consecutive top 10s at one speedway, I believe. Or maybe he's already broke it. He'll continue the record, though. I think that's what it'll do. 40 down. 80 to go. Still probably another 20 laps till they pit. He was probably going to pass Denny anyway. The problem was he spun him. So that was more of the question. It's like, does he have the technique to work around him? That was more what I was looking at. Yeah, Cliff Daniels has been great. Travis Peterson for McDowell, I think he's really good. And I think big name teams are going to try and pay him and steal him. But compare Steve to Greg. Did way better in 2014, 2015. Yes, but you can't compare that because the seasons were different. They ran a totally different aero package, totally different engine package. 2015 was the first year of the neutered motor. And so when they neutered that motor, that changed a lot. Like Jimmy Johnson in 2015, I mean, he had an okay season. Jeff Gordon went from winning 4 races to only winning 1 race. So I can't really put it all there because even Casey Kane went from running top 10-ish to running he had Keith Rodden, but he ran horribly all year. 2015 was an awful season. So, that's why I can't compare it because they made such a dramatic change to the car that it may not have been all on the crew chief. There might have been some Hendrick Motorsports cars weren't as fast. Remember, Joe Gibbs dominated 2015. As did Joey Logano, that is. Ryan Blaney still chasing down Ross Chastain. Byron and Larson are 4 seconds back. So Could get interesting. They're 4 seconds back. If this stays green, that's a lot to overcome if you don't have a faster car. No caution at the moment. Looking at lap times, Harvick 29.4, 29.4, 29.3, 29.3, 29.3, 29.3. Yeah, everything's really, really close. I don't think we're going to see a lot of huge movement throughout the field. Yeah, JGR had a dominant 2015, and that made a big difference. 2016 was worse. Oh, for sure. 2015 was bad. 2016 was the worst. 2017 was not good either, but 2016 was, ugh. Not a single lap led. That year was tough. They barely ran top 15 all year. It was awful. 2014 didn't look great. He finally snagged a win in Atlanta to sneak into the playoffs, but he had fast cars at random tracks where he'd show up and it was like, oh, he got some speed this year. All right, Larson looking for 4th on Byron. Dude, if Kane would have won 2018 in the 95, I would have, like, gone wild. It would have been so cool. Although, that would have almost made it more sad that he had to step away for health concerns later in the year. This track is a C-, and this race is a D-. Xfinity was an A-. Dude, this car on this track is a D-, so the best you're going to get is a D. Like, even if it has, it's a D or a C car with a D- track, you're going to end up with a bad average. Dude, and the thing was, he was 1 block away from winning that race. He's 1 block away from winning 2018 Daytona. They just made the wrong call. They moved high at the right point. They were side by side. If he moves up, Eric Jones follows him, shoves him clear out in front, and he probably wins the race. It would have been awesome. Truck race was an F. F-. That's a delete from the history books level performance they had. Nope, still no movement on the front 5. Oh, I'm out of water. You know what that means. It's time for Mountain Dew. All right. 17-14 at half. Cowboy. Oh, no, not at the half yet. Cowboys up 17-14. Raiders up 21-0. Good Lord, Giants. Oh. Giants are horrible. I'm not even a Giants fan. I watched them play the Jets last week, but oh, these poor Giant fans. They came in with hope this year, and their team is awful. The Dumont Jets car that year was beautiful. Oh, it's in a bin over there, but I was going to say I can almost pull that out. The All-Star throwback and the 2006 throwback. I love both of them. Dawson Cram almost changed the outcome of another championship yesterday, and not enough people were pointing that out. I mean, he just straight up dumped somebody with like 5 to go, and you're just like, again, dude? Like, you're going to affect the end of the race again? All right, pit window's going to be opening up. Not yet. Not yet. They're only 53 in, 75 to go. You're still about 5 laps away. So, question is, what do you do? Now, here's a good question, and maybe you guys can think it. I'm interested on the next year Ford knows as well, by the way, Keon. So I'm gonna tell you my strategies. If I'm Ryan Blaney, I am not pitting until the other 2 pit. I'm gonna stay out as long as they stay out. I've got them covered. This thing stays green. I don't care if we stay out to the edge of our fuel window, and then we all pit, and I come out 8th, and they come out 10th and 11th. I don't care. I'm not pitting before the other 2. If I'm Ryan Blaney. If I am Hendrick Motorsports with Byron and Larson, I pit Byron early and I pit Larson late. And I make Ryan Blaney choose when he pits. So if I'm Hendrick Motorsports, I know they can't or they don't do this, but if they pit together, it's kind of a waste because all Blaney has to do is pit like 2 laps after you and he's got you covered. Like, you want to have Byron pit and then another gap and then Larson pit. And here comes Byron. So Byron will be the first and Larson second. What are you doing? Like, Larson should have pitted. He should have run this thing as long as he could. I think they can run obviously they can run about 72 laps. So they're in the fuel window. 72 laps. He could go another 16 laps. If I'm Kyle Larson, I should have had Byron come as early as possible, Larson come as late as possible. That is Hendrick Motorsports' best chance to win a championship. Now, Blaney comes this lap. Going to probably beat him out. He's got 4 seconds on him. He'll have him gapped. This thing goes green. it's Blaney's race. So I understand it. You can't command one strategy over the other. But if I'm Hendrick Motorsports and I'm in that position next year, if they don't win this from this year, I'm definitely stepping up early and saying, look, you're going to play team orders coming into this race late. And if we're running second, third, and that guy's running first, we are pulling the split strategy, and we're forcing them into the middle, and they have to choose when they're going to come in. So if a late caution comes out, boom, this guy gets help. If an early caution comes out, boom, this guy gets help. But at the end of the day, someone has a better shot to win. Right now, neither of them, because Blaney's going to come off pit road. He's going to head off into turn one, and he's going to be about 3.5, 4 seconds in the lead. So unless Kyle Larson's going to make up 3.5 or 4 seconds on Ryan Blaney, nothing's going to happen. And here comes everybody else pitting. I don't know why anyone's pitting at this point, seriously. I know you're going to lose track position. I understand that. But if you're... Actually, Ricky Stenhouse, if you're Ricky Stenhouse, gamble. Go for it. Stay out as long as you can. Stay out literally until you are almost out of fuel, and then come pit. And when you pit, you'll probably get close to losing a lap, but you'll be on fresh tires. You'll get that lap back. And if you get a caution, you're going to stay out. Everyone else will pit because they've got 50-lap-old tires. You've got 10-lap-old tires. Go up front, see what you can do. I like the strategy element of NASCAR. What kills me is that nobody uses the strategy anymore. They all just sort of follow the leader, you know? Now, with the exception, Hamlin, Briscoe, and Stenhouse are using strategy. So if one of those three win, I'm going to be happy. Green, white, checkered will end this race? I hope not. I really hope not. That'd be a sucky way to end this stupid season. I already hate this car enough. I don't need a crash fest at the end. Harvick did not have a good stop. Goodness, he still lost ground. All right. So Hamlin is our leader. He has 18 seconds on Chastain. Chastain, oh yeah, Truex is still in between. So Truex is actually still in between Blaney and Larson. What's the gap? Oh, gap's only like 2.1 seconds. That's not a big gap. It's only about 2.3 seconds between Larson and Blaney. So it'll be interesting to see if that gets bigger or smaller. But from what I've seen on the speed charts, nothing told me that Larson's going to run him down, you know? I need to go celebrate this Vikings win here soon. Oh, gosh, 24-0 Raiders. Oh, no. Oh, the Giants are so bad. Poor Giants fans. Oh, another yawn. All right, we're under another side-by-side commercial. You can hear me yawning because this race isn't that great. Nothing there. Still looking at the racetrack. Nothing there. Everything looks pretty clean. Well, normally I would do a pit stop under a caution or a stage break, but I don't think we're going to have that. So this is dull enough. All the pit stops have pretty much taken place. I'm going to insert an ad, take my own pit stop, and be back with my Mountain Dew in just one moment. Did I miss the only action on the freaking track? We got Newman blocking the leaders here, and the leaders are battling for the lead. I leave and the good stuff happens. The mediocre stuff. All right. Oh, Newman's in the way. Well, that ought to be fun. Newman is running. I mean, I can't blame Newman. Where's he going to go? He's running the middle. They're running both top and bottom. And now he's in the way. Oh, good job, Newman. Pulled out of the way and hit the brake. Good job. That's classy. Oh, dude, Truex is right there on board. Ooh, Truex coming to steal a win. That'd be cool. I don't think Blaney's going to be happy about having to race Chastain this hard, but hey, you can't blame Chastain, dude. Like, you have to... Ooh, he's going to hit him up the hill. Oh, and now we got a 3-wide battle for the lead. Blaney, do not lose your temper. You are still leading the championship. Do not lose your temper here. That's you got to keep your composure here. Man, this is spicy. And if anyone's mad at Chastain, be mad at the format. Chastain has every right to try and win this race. So smooth. Blaney clears. Chastain tries to cross. It's not there, but he's going to sail it in there. Well, hold on. He stayed out the bottom, so he didn't try to slide job him. Blaney with the run off the corner. Not enough. We got a battle for the lead. 3 cars under a blanket. Chastain, Blaney, and Truex. Now Truex going to look middle. Blaney way up high. Chastain's going to clear. Is he going to slide up, though? He is going to slide up. Oh, back to the lead. Blaney has to lift. Here comes Truex. Dude, Blaney, I know Blaney's not happy, but that is part of racing. He's going to have to deal with it. I might be tempted to just ride. Don't heat and burn your tires up. Like, the championship is bigger than the race, sadly, even though I think the race actually means more. But yeah, just settle on in and just go put 50 hard, solid laps together. You're still 2 seconds out in front. Whoo! All right, that got tense for a minute. I think Truex Chastain is going to get tense. Chastain is racing hard, and Truex is going to get there. The question is he going to be able to get to him and then pass him? Those are 2 different questions. Meanwhile, Brad Keselowski has broke into the top 8. I think Stenhouse has yet to pit. I got to look at the scoreboard. Yeah, Stenhouse has yet to pit. I love the call, though. Stenhouse, if he catches a yellow, everyone comes to pit road, and he's running 10th. I love it. Good call. Good call. Like, if you're Ricky Stenhouse, that is the only choice you have. Try something to steal a good finish. Nobody else does it. I don't get it. Like, it's such an easy call. I'm running 30th. How do I not run 30th? Try something different. Okay, let's see what happens. All right. Byron, 3.7 back. Larson, 3.0 back. Blaney, 0.9. All right, let's see here. Did I miss anything? I'm just saying if the championship didn't mean nothing, Elliott wouldn't have cried when he won in 2020. No, I'm not saying the championship doesn't mean anything. What I'm saying is I don't view it as meaning anything. Like Chase Elliott being a one-time champion, Kevin Harvick being a one-time champion, that is not the same. Those two are not the same. They're not. You know, you can look over the course of their career and say, Kevin Harvick is clearly the more accomplished driver. Clearly. It's clear as day. But over the course of their career, Elliott might get there. You know, and it's the same way you look at with Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson has 7 championships. Jeff Gordon has 4. Jimmy's clearly better. I personally don't think so. Jeff Gordon, 92 wins. Jimmy Johnson, 83. Jeff Gordon had a bunch of different crew chiefs and won. Jimmy Johnson, all with the same crew chief. Now, I don't want to dismiss all of Jimmy's accomplishments, but I do truly believe Chad Knaus was a game changer. So that's all I have to point out is like, hey, look, Chad Knaus is a game changer kind of dude. So, yeah, I mean, I think you can judge championships differently based on who the eras they were in. Before you didn't have that. Dale Sr. won 7 titles. You're like, this dude's good. Darrell Waltrip didn't win 7 titles, but he won 84 races. Okay, that dude's good. But the modern championship doesn't quite mean the same thing that it did before. You know, if Joey Logano gets out and wins 7 championships with only 40 races, I think everyone's going to be like, meh. You know, they're going to kind of feel like, well, sure. But, and as I say that, the battle for the lead is back on. Truex to the inside, Chastain to the outside. Blaney looks on from third. Chastain rolls the top. Truex on the bottom. Truex almost clears. He probably could have cleared. Would have been a bit of a hard slider, but he could have potentially made it. Meanwhile, Truex has the clean air on the bottom. Does not get a good run off the corner, though. So he's still hanging in the blind spot, but here comes Blaney. He got a good run off the corner. 3 cars under a blanket once again. Blaney to the high top. Truex to the top. Now Chastain to the top. All at different points of the corner. Blaney had a pretty good run there. Wiggle out of Truex. Blaney's alongside. So Blaney turns underneath after making sure that he did the crossover. And that should... Can he clear? Can he clear? Can he clear? Yes, he clears out of the corner. Blaney back to second. Ross now battling his teammate. He'll have to go to the inside. Ross to the inside. Are you kidding me? We're going to commercial. Unreal. Timing is impeccable. So Ross still the leader. Now Blaney. Ooh, he's close. Blaney is close. He saved a little bit of tire for a few laps, and he's making a run at him now. Blaney to the top in 3 and 4. Chastain to the middle. Then he slid up top, but Blaney with a great exit. Good exit. He's going to close the gap all the way down the front stretch. All right, Blaney to the top. Chastain going to do a slide up the corner, but Blaney gets back to the gas. He commits hard. He's got a good run. Push him. He's going to side draft him. I would have pushed him. Put the little fear in him. All right, into the third set of corners. Chastain high. Blaney to the middle. Chastain still clear. They'll run nose to tail down the front stretch now. Dude, how can we be missing the best part of the racing all day? This race has been so dull, and when the racing's finally good, now we're under commercial. Well, we're under commercial all the time, but seriously, this is what the fans tuned in for. Let's see it, huh? Can we do that? All right, Elliott runs the top. Chastain runs the bottom. Elliott is trying to stay on the lead lap. Chastain does not get underneath. Meanwhile, Blaney has a run. Elliott's going to pull to the bottom and let Chastain go around the top. He's going to kind of yield to the championship cars. So, classy move there, letting them go. And the top 3 will all go by on the outside. Meanwhile, Larson... Is that Larson and Byron battling? I think it is. Yeah, Larson and Byron kind of battling back there. They're closing the gap down just a little bit. Blaney going to use the apron. He's up alongside. Down to the inside. Downshift coming up out of the corner. Not quite enough to get there. Oh, there's our 4th caution. Man, the battle is just getting good. Kyle Busch with a single car spin. Chase Elliott should get the lucky dog. I don't know if that matters, but... Hey, hold on. Oh, I think Stenhouse just pitted. Stenhouse will take the wave around. Well done, Ricky Stenhouse. So he lost a lap. Not great. But he will be the final car on the lead lap because he will be able to take the wave around because he has fresh tires already. So, shout out. The strategy worked. What a weird concept. 37 to go. It's gonna... What did I say? All right. Whoever wins the battle off pit road's winning the championship. I'm calling it right now. And it does matter. They have to still nail the restart and win the, they got to win the restart. But winner off pit road, going to win this championship. Who's it going to be? I want Blaney. But my heart says Byron. I bet him at the beginning of the day. I think Byron's got it. So, I think Byron wins this race. We will see. But that pit stall, that pit crew all year, I'm going to say Byron. However, just going to throw it out there. If there's one good stop in him, Kevin Harvick could win this race. He needed the yellow. He wasn't going to get there the regular way. If Kevin Harvick can come out top 4, I think he's going to win this race. Okay, guys. Are we coming to pit road? Yes, we're coming to pit road this Time by. Maybe. Is time by? Are we pitting? I'm kind of waiting. Yep, here we go. Pit stop's coming. Everybody coming down. Everybody nose to tail. Nose to tail. Blaney is in. All right, 4-tire stop. Come on, just hit it normal. Oh, the right rear has an issue already. Small issue. They got it going. It looked like they had a slight issue on the air gun. Recovered decently. Still smooth, but there was a small hiccup. Just a small one. Oh, dude. All right, Blaney beat out Truex. Meanwhile, Larson getting his stop taken care of. They're on to the left side. No hiccups yet that I can see. Do we have a 2-tire stop? I think Denny Hamlin took 2 tires, ladies and gents. Kyle Larson wins the battle off pit road. Then Chastain, Byron, Blaney. So Blaney, not a good stop. I thought there was a right rear hang up. But Hamlin and Jones took 2 tires. So the race is on. The old 2-tire stop. Good call by Denny Hamlin and Eric Jones. They were running 9th or 10th. They weren't going to win the race any other way. I love that pit call. I don't know if it's a race-winning call, but if they steal a top 5, good call. If they crash, not a good call. Whoo, the old Jones boy. I love that call, by the way. That's a great pit call. I mean, you got to try something, right? You're not running up there already. May as well do something different. All right. What are we doing here? Do a scoreboard update. There we go. Oh, nope, hold on. Why am I looking at Denver Broncos? They're awful. 20-10, Colts over the Panthers. 24-0 still, Raiders over the Giants. 14-17 at the half, Cowboys lead the Eagles. If I had a nickel for every time my favorite driver spun off turn 4 at Phoenix, I would have 2 nickels, which isn't much, but it's happened twice. I read that in the Dr. Doofenshmirtz voice. Yes. Nickels, not nickels. So Dennis the Menace and that Jones boy have found their way out front. Followed by Larson, Chastain, Byron, and Blaney in the top 6 spots. Harvick came out 9th. Man, Harvick, I hate to say it, that was the time for 2 tires, Harvick. That was the time. Not just Harvick. If you're Harvick, if you can get your teammates, Priest, Almirola, what happened to Briscoe? But if you can have your teammates help buffer you, like, come on. If there's another caution, I don't know if anyone pits, number 1. Yeah, no one's pitting. Damn, that was their last chance. That was Harvick's last chance. I will say, Rodney Childers, not great at pit strategy either. He's a guy that, yes, makes the car go faster after they unload, definitely makes it get better throughout the day. But Rodney Childers needs a pit call guy. He needs someone to help say, hey, let's go for it. Like, we're just going to go for wins, and we're going to steal as many wins as we can steal in a season. Just like Gustafson needs that. I think Childers is better than Gustafson, but they both have the same issue, which is pit strategy is their downfall. Ugh, wow, the NFC South is garbage. Hot garbage. That win over the Falcons is huge for the Vikings, too, because they needed that tiebreaker over them in case they need it for the wild card. So, Skol! Oops, I just smacked my mic. All right, we're lined up for the restart. Denny chose the bottom. Jones up top. Larson bottom. Chastain top. Byron bottom, Blaney top. So that is your first 3 rows. And Denny didn't speed. How is this possible? How did Denny not speed? Commanders won. Yes, they did. They are a team with some fight in them. They lack talent, though. They need some more talent to compete at the higher level. So, yeah. Oops, I need to go this way. Center myself up. Coming to the green. This could be the last restart of the 2023 season and could determine the champion. Are you all ready? I was about to say boogity, boogity, boogity. I decided not to. Denny with a good jump. Green flag in the air. Denny almost clear by the start-finish line. He'll take the shortcut, and he will be clear by the time they get to turn 1. 3 wide for second. Chastain bottom. Now Chastain sails it up top. He's on top. Oh, wow. We got a 3-wide battle for the lead. Out of turn 2. 3 wide. Larson, Hamlin, Chastain. Blaney all the way up to 4th. He's looking on the outside. Still 3 wide. Chastain high. Larson bottom. And Hamlin in the middle. Looks like there's still 3 wide. Larson, I think, is going to clear. Hamlin kept Chastain way up the track. And now Larson will clear for the lead. He'll slide up in front of Denny. As he does, here comes Chastain high. We've got a 5-car battle for the lead now. Byron has moved ahead of Blaney. Here comes Blaney on the high side of Byron. Blaney to the high side of Hamlin coming out of the corner. That was tight. By shortcutting it on the inside, it looks like Byron has almost cleared Blaney. Chastain, oh man, Chastain leads. Larson second, Blaney and Byron battle for third as Hamlin slips to 4th. Jones has already slipped to 8th. Woo-hoo! All right, Blaney still battling up top, trying to stay in striking distance of Kyle Larson. He has cleared William Byron, takes the shortcut on the access road, or not access road, but on the apron, and now he'll set his sights on Kyle Larson. 28 laps to go. Larson wins the battle off pit road and wins the restart, but Blaney has shown to be the better car. Question is, 28 laps, can he get there? Larson is struggling. Blaney now up right to the bumper. He's going to cut it down low. Larson's going to run the regular line. And just like that, Larson still just slightly clear. He'll tuck right in front of Blaney. Blaney moves him up. Run off the corner. Looks like Larson got a better run off the corner. Little slide out of Blaney, but it's still neck and neck. Battle for the lead. Not lead. Sorry, battle for second, but it's a great battle. All right, Larson going to force him to follow in the dirty air. Now Byron looks on. He's looking at a battle for the third spot. Yeah, third spot from Blaney. I keep thinking they're in second because I keep forgetting Chastain's sort of just walking away out front. All right, Byron trying to look high. Nothing there. As he does, now we've got Buescher to the inside. He's looking for the 4th spot on Byron. Buescher looking to take that spot. Let's see what happens here in 3 and 4. Byron, good run off the corner. He'll stay good and clear. Harvick is 8th with a battle for 7th and 6th in front of him. Hamlin and Truex are side by side. Harvick has a chance to take a couple of them if he gets the right run. So the championship 3 now, are 2nd, 3rd, and 4th with Ross Chastain out front. I think this is the year, guys, that the championship guy doesn't win. I think this is the year. Yep, Buescher's up to 5th. See, he's going to try and probably make a move on Byron here. But he's still kind of sucked into that 5th spot. Can't really get going anywhere. So Larson continues to hold him off. He's going to continue to run the bottom. Blaney's going to try and run high. Larson just trying to put together good laps. 24 to go. Hey, there's Clyde. Yes, congrats to the Eagles. Well, actually, no, the Eagles aren't winning right now, are they? Or maybe they are. I didn't look. Eagles are, yes, leading. 21-17 Eagles. They're in a tough game. And, yes, Cole Custer snags the win. Fingers crossed. Moffitt will be on that team next year. Fingers crossed. I don't think it's possible. I don't think it's likely, but I'd love it. I personally would consider it a huge favor. All right, so it's Blaney and Larson. They have a second gap back to William Byron. 22 laps to go. Blaney looks high. Larson with another decent run off the corner. Looks like he'll maintain the gap. Blaney looks high. Larson to the bottom. Going to try and cross him over. Larson going to dip way down low. He's going to try and keep a little bit of a gap. Going to let Blaney take the high lane on him. Oh, he's going to slide up. Ooh, that's tight. Larson running a really tight groove. Pinching off Blaney, but it's not enough. Blaney to the outside. Off into 3 and 4 they go. Larson to the bottom. Blaney up high. Larson going to try and slide up. Not enough. Blaney clears for the second spot. So Blaney takes second. Larson now to third. Larson going to try a different lane now. He's going to try high. See if he can get the run he wants on the high side. Blaney starting to drive away, though. Meanwhile, Byron's still a second back of Ryan Blaney. We want Larson because Larson wins me $100. Blaney is the only guy in the final championship 8 that I didn't have a bet on, and he snickered his way in here. But, all right, so Larson back to the bottom, Blaney high. Let's see what we got. Larson closes the gap, but doesn't have the exit speed. 19 laps to go. So Larson going to try and close back in. It's about a 3/10 gap that he has pulled out now. Yeah, the racing finally kicked up. I told you guys, it all comes down to stage 3 in the final restart. Like, that's where the race happens. We knew that. We just decided to finally talk about it, or finally get to that point of the race, you know? All right, still about a 3/10 of a second gap. He hasn't gapped him too much, but he's definitely more steady. Larson is definitely having to overdrive to stay in this. 17 to go, that time by. About 4/10 now. Blaney starting to open up. Larson still 3/10 back. He's trying. Also, shout out, Michael McDowell has entered the top 10, running 10th. What a day. Michael McDowell, that team, the turnaround they've had, and the great speed they showed this year. Michael McDowell, I'm going to call him a playoff favorite next year. Like, he will make the playoffs. He's on my, he should make it. Like, he's that, I think he's done that well this year. I expect the playoffs for McDowell next year. I think he's done that well. All right, Blaney still starting to gap him. It's getting a little bit smaller out front. 2.1 seconds, the gap from Chastain to Blaney. Harvick's running 7th. He got around Hamlin, but I don't know if he's going to get any more spots. I thought Harvick should have done 2 tires on the last stop. I think he could have had a shot to win, but it does look like 2 tires is a problem. But I think if he had clean air, he actually might have had a shot at it. He needed more cars to do that 2-tire strategy with him, though. Like, he would have needed a couple of extra guys to help cushion that. Ryan Blaney is 14 laps from a Cup Series championship. Yeah, Byron's in trouble. That car, I thought he was going to win the battle off pit road. I liked his pit crew. I loved his pit stall. And he gained spots, but he didn't gain enough. He needed to come out in front to have a shot at it, and he did not. So definitely going to be a tough one because they had a lot of things they would have needed. But looking out front, about a half a second now still. And they're both starting to run down Ross Chastain little by little. 13 laps to go. I don't know if they have enough time to get there, though. All right, Ryan Blaney. Oh, a little wiggle out of Larson. That's going to hurt even more. 0.6 of a second that time by. And that gap is opening up even more. Yep, 0.6 of a second. Oh, McDowell and Brad are battling for 10th. Come on. Well, I don't even know if I root for one or the other. Chastain is gone. He ran off. He's got a 2-second lead. Larson's going to need some help if he's going to get there. He's going to need... I don't even know what he's going to be able to need. He's going to need some big moves in the next couple laps if he's going to have any shot to get there. Ten to go. 0.8 is the gap. Looks everything's clean. Larson ran too nice. I think he ran him pretty fair. He definitely squeezed him and tried pretty tight, but I think that was pretty fair racing. Blaney's always run him nice, so I think if it's Hamlin, I think it's running a little different, but I don't have any problem with how he ran him. Almost up to a full second now. 9 to go. About 1.1 seconds between the two. Blaney has also started to chase down Ross Chastain. He's not going to get there time-wise. He's still too far back. But he has started to eat into that gap a little bit. Eight to go. Byron still holding on to 4th. Kind of has everybody held up just a little bit right behind him there, too. Ooh, Byron went way up the track. Is that intentional? Holy moly. I mean, he went way up the track that lap. What did he run for a lap time? I'm kind of curious to see what he ran. 29.1? That's not a bad lap. It was like he was so high on the racetrack. Yeah, Clyde's in here. What was his name? Ragnar Ragnaride. I think that's how it's said. Ragnaride. Six to go. Gap 1.2 seconds is the gap. 5 laps to go. Blaney's closing. He might get... I don't think he's got enough time to get to Chastain. Chastain's going to need to hit some monster lap traffic. I think Chastain's got the win. Unless something crazy happens, of course. Then we're, everything hits the fan at that point. What is this? Suarez and Keselowski. Where is that a battle for? Keselowski had a good run going. What is going on? He was running 10th. Did he hit the wall? Just keep it clean and green, boys. Coming around to 3 to go. This time by... Man, Blaney's closing. He had a shot at this win. Yeah, Brad had a bad lap. He ran like a 30.2, like 0.6 off everybody else. So I don't know if somebody ran into him or if he bumped the wall or something, but he definitely lost a couple spots there. Brad gets into the wall. Okay, yeah, he was running 10th. I knew that. Coming around, 2 to go this time by. And Chastain is looking to run off and be the first guy to not win the championship, to win the championship race and not be eligible for the championship in like 10 years. The drought may end today. Coming around, white flag, this time by. Once he gets a white flag, it's pretty much over. Here we go. White flag in the air. Ross Chastain has got the white flag. Blaney in second with a huge gap. 1 and 2. Everything looks good and clean. To the backstretch. For the final time. Blaney, you cost me $100. Are you kidding me, dude? Into 3 and 4. Ross Chastain wins at Phoenix, and Ryan Blaney is a Cup Series champion. Kyle Larson second. William Byron third. Christopher Bell out of the race. Ryan Blaney will be inscribed as a Cup champion in history. I think he actually is a guy that was capable of winning one under any format. He really is a good, consistent driver. So I'm not disappointed. I think this year, definitely not Blaney's year, but I do think he's the kind of guy that's capable of winning a title the normal way. Because you got to remember, he was 4th in points last year when he missed the playoffs, or almost missed. Like, the reason Truex missed the playoffs last year was them two were like 3rd and 4th in points. So there's that. But Kevin Harvick, final career race, goes out P7 and extends a streak of consecutive top 10s at Phoenix. Watching the victory lap now, seeing all the guys getting some donuts put on that car. Saluting. Oh, there's Bubba. I figured Bubba would be in there at some point. So they're going to pull him to pit road. He's going to go out. Everyone else has to come to pit road. Looks like Joey's up there up high. Penske, back-to-back champions. There's the flag. I'm going to try and get that flag put down in there. There, they got it in there. That is his 4th win of the year. 3 of them in the playoffs. It's all about getting hot at the right time. I still hate this format. I do. But congrats to Ryan Blaney for sure. I still, like I said, I do like Ryan Blaney. That flag does not look like it's going to stay. Ross Chastain, by the way, is doing burnouts all over the front stretch. Dueling burnouts. Dude, that's awesome. I haven't seen dueling burnouts in so long. I love it. I love dueling burnouts. Dueling burnouts is so fun. Soak it in, boys. What a good day. Like I said, I didn't have any preferences coming in. Like I said, I did lose $100, but outside of that, like, Ryan Blaney, I like the dude. I said he's a guy that could win a championship in these formats, or in any format, really. Obviously, I think the regular champion in the old format would have been Bell. Actually, with the incident today, it might have been Denny. Ooh, it might have been Denny's race. Yeah, I think it was. Oof. This would have been the first year Denny actually wins it the right way under a Winston Cup format. This would have been his year. Yikes. So Ryan Blaney out celebrating. They haven't even talked to Ross Chastain. I'm not a huge fan of this. I understand he's a champion and all that, but like, dude, Ross Chastain won a race and they're not even talking about him. They're not even showing his burnout. They're not even showing his car. His sponsor, Advent Health, won a race and they don't even get to be on TV. Like, they're completely ignored. Or no, it wasn't Advent Health. It was Worldwide Express. I like Ryan Blaney. Like I said, this is why I don't like this format, because like right now, nobody's talking about Ross Chastain winning this race. Ross Chastain, 2nd win of the year. Like, congrats, dude. And nobody's talking about it because it's all about this. Other guys that had good runs, gonna shout them out. Michael McDowell in 9th, good run for him. Final ride, potentially, Eric Almirola comes home 13th. Carson Hocevar 19th. That's a shame. They ran so well all day to fall at the end. Obviously, Blaney getting it in second. But, yeah, what an overall solid race. Solid race for Phoenix. So, please move this race out of there. But either way, Blaney doesn't get the win, which is almost like typical Blaney, right? Like, he would be the first champion in this format to not win the race, right? That would be Blaney, right? That sounds like a Blaney thing to do. So, I'm trying to get that mic out of the way. It's hanging over weird. I wonder if I can just extend it out. Yeah, it'll be what it'll be. It'll hang there. But anyway, guys, that'll pretty much wrap up the stream and the season. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the year. It was a fun year. Not my favorite year. It was a little dull compared to last year, but not bad. Fingers crossed they fix some of the short track stuff, add a little horsepower, some of that stuff to really help that stuff improve. Do I think Elliott will bounce back? I think he needs a new crew chief to bounce back, but I do think he's going to have a better year next year than this year, I think, hands down. Like, he had such a bad year. Honestly, as weird as it sounds, odd numbered years seem to be his worst years. 16 was good, 17 worse, 18 good, 19 worse. 20 great, 21 not as good, 22 good, 23 not good. Like, I think he'll be good next year, but I do want a new crew chief. So, but overall, guys, as I said, it was a fun year. We'll have some different streams. I'll try to announce them at least a couple days ahead of time so you guys can anticipate them. I'm gonna live stream some old races at the Iowa Speedway and some stuff, places I went to, stuff like that. Races I went to in person that probably never saw the broadcast. I'll probably do some of those just for fun. And then we'll just have some new arrival streams and stuff like that as well. So, thanks for tuning in, everybody. It's been a good year. That'll wrap it up.